हेलो 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 व्हाट्सअप क्या हालचाल। मैं डीसी बैठा हूँ। इधर बैठा है यार। हाँ हाँ, इधर बिठाया था मैं। लास्ट टाइम इधर बैठे थे।
हेलो।
हाँ, जा 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 जा, आ गए। मैच चालू हो गया।
हो गया, इजी को पहला राउंड पे मिल गया।
तो फक में लेट हो गया भाई। ए वॉकआउट चल रहे।
ए, आगे ले भाई। मजाक से हटके देख, पहला राउंड इजी ने लिया। 2x कर उसको।
मैं ट्विच पे अरे
यूट्यूब पे आ जा।
ट्विच पे देख रहा हूँ। हाँ बराबर, पहला इजी का है। ठीक है। चलो ठीक है, कोई ना। पिस्टल क्या क्या बैन से
हम्म, ये कौन सा बंदा?
बैन
याद
किया
नहीं
गया।
अभी। याद नहीं।
क्योंकि मेरे क्या क्या फ्रैक्चर स्प्लिटर लोटस तो दिख रहा है। एक तो असेंट बैन होगा।
हाँ, आई गेस।
ये भाई ये लोग डब्ल्यू गेमिंग कर रहे हैं बे। ठीक है। अरे एक तो ये बूस्टियो का ऐसा का तैसा साला बी साइड पे घुसने नहीं देता किसी को। शॉट रे। खाली प्लांट कर दो। और एक आधा पिक और। एक और खाली एक और ले लेना। दैट्स इट। 20 गुडी को गुडी को नाइस वन।
ये तो ट्विच पे क्यों पार्टी पे?
ट्विच पे।
टाइम का चल रहा होता है।
एक सेकंड में चैट खोल लेता हूँ पहले सो। भाई 3 घंटे की नींद पे आया हूँ।
सेम।
अब हाँ, लास्ट अपन ने टेक्स्ट ही किया ना बरोबर। टाइम चल रहा है 4-3-2
मेरा 130 चल रहा
138-37।
है। 10 सेकेंड्स का फर्क है मतलब अपने इसमें।
तू आ गया क्या?
हाँ, रुक। पीछे आता हूँ।
नहीं रुक जा, मैं करता हूँ इधर से, मैं करता हूँ। अभी क्या चल रहा है? 17।
8 7 6
ट्विच
5।
पे पीछे क्यों है फिर, समझ में नहीं आ रहा मेरे को।
क्या बता
अबे
रहा? रुक ना।
इथन ने क्या ले लिया
लेफ्ट
ये?
स्टार्ट था।
तो हेल क्या लिया ये इथन ने फ्रेंजी से?
हाँ, वो गलत मारा। अभी क्या टाइम है? अभी प्लांट
प्लांट
हुआ
हुआ,
मैं।
अब जस्ट ही प्लांट हुआ।
ओके।
हाँ चलो, गन में गिरा अभी तक तो ये अच्छा है। ये मरेगा, मारा।
अरे बचाया।
टाइमिंग
माइंड फ्रेक ने बचाया।
टाइमिंग। अबे बट इफ सब्स्टिट्यूट के साथ, वो भी तुम ऐसे सब्स्टिट्यूट के साथ टॉप 3 आ रहे हो, और वो भी 10 दिन के प्रैक्टिस में, तो क्या हो तुम?
सुपर टीम।
कुछ भी हो तुम। डिजर्व करते हो तुम पैसिफिक #1।
यप।
और ये जी अमेरिका #3 है, उस हिसाब से तो भाई PRX निकाल देना चाहिए आज का गेम।
हम्म।
ये बूस्टियो मारेगा। चौथे राउंड में आप आइए। पक पीछे।
शॉट।
कोई रिएक्शन देने का भी मन नहीं कर रहा है। ऐसा कौन मारता है रे? छी छी छी, हगा
ओह।
हगा।
ओह ओ यार। अरे।
बच गया।
अरे 2 किल होते थे और।
राउंड निकल जाता।
हाँ ना।
इतन 1 HP है यार। इतन स्टिल 1 HP। इथन तो मर जाएगा। मैं बोला ना इथन तो मर जाएगा। चल ठीक है,
शॉट
सीजीआरएस नाइस रे। हो गया, चल नाइस नाइस नाइस। ये शॉट मारा, ऑफ ले लिया रे।
टीजीआरएफ का शॉट मस्त था वो।
भाई सीजीआरएस शायद पहले ये सब खेल चुका है, CS:GO का कॉम्पी खेल चुका है और इसका भी कॉम्पी खेल चुका है, लीग ऑफ लेजेंड्स।
अच्छा LOL।
शायद LOL का या डोटा का, किसी का तो कॉम्पी खेल चुका है। भाई साहब अबे लेकिन वहां पे 2 किल था रे।
हाँ ना,
अल्टी बर्बाद हो गया।
देख अब भी कस्टर बोला।
हाँ भाई वैल होगा कम है भाई, लेकिन ऐसे क्राउड के सामने फटती इसकी इसीलिए नहीं रहेगी 100%। तो पहली बार में आदमी पक्का फटेगी तो सही, पहली बार में तो फटेगी। वो पहले दिन से अच्छा खेल रहा है, मतलब अच्छा इन द सेंस, ठीक है उसने जब से ग्रूव पकड़ा है तब से खेल ही रहा है अच्छा। ये पूरा खाली है, सिर्फ सोवा अकेले है। साला डैमेज दे दिया 75 का, क्या मजाक है।
दो
दो गया भाई। गया राउंड थ्रिफ्टी। थ्रिफ्टी अबे वो 2 किल हट गए। अबे तो आप अलग अलग क्यों नहीं खेल रहे थे ये देख साथ में क्या किल है। ये लोग का भी पता है अलग है, जब डबल पिक देना रहेगा ना तो 16-16 जाएंगे। जब नहीं देना रहेगा तो डबल नहीं ट्रिपल पिक देंगे, साथ में देंगे। आ जाओ। CGR स्क्वाड दिलाओ, नीचे से कैजुअलिटी करो। ऐसा पहला पिक चले आता है रे। हिल वे मत हारो बे ऐसा राउंड। अब क्यों हेलो राइट देख
नहीं
देख
पर सेकंड।
राइट देख।
अरे भाई फक हो गया। मोमेंट्स अच्छे हैं इसके।
तो राइट काय के लिए नहीं दे। नाइस
4 लोग पिक कर रहे उसको। व्हाट
राइट काय के लिए नहीं देखा भाई। अबे जेन तो सबसे पहला एंगल होता है बे। हाँ पार्थ जेन सबसे पहला एंगल होता है।
वो अपने लॉबी में वो क्या बता हायर लॉबी में वो फाइट में तक हो जाते।
अरे हाँ ये मैं मतलब ये सच बता रहा हूँ, ये मेरा फ्रेंड भी मेरे को बोला जो रेगुलर हम लोग खेलता ना। मैं बोला ये एंगल चेक कर, बोलता है ये एंगल कौन चेक करता है, और उधर से बंदा निकलता है। बोलता है हम लोग तो ये एंगल कभी चेक ही नहीं करते। बोला ये इधर चेक करना पड़ता है। ये क्या फोर्स क्यों कर रहे हैं भाई। दर्द है रे। सीरियस दर्द है।
नाइस 4 सेकंड का राउंड।
ऐसे
चलो
ऐसे
एस
चलो ऐसे 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 भी भाई ऐसे नहीं।
8 बुलेट।
अरे एक मार दे चल।
नाइस चलो चलो चलो। अरे
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 जी
यार
बेबी
ऑलमोस्ट
4 मार दिया था, वो भी 39 एचपी है।
यार ऑलमोस्ट हो जाता था रे।
एस मिल जाता ना, मोमेंटम मिल जाता था।
है ना।
कोई 90।
Hits the head of Forsaken, shuts down the clutch attempt, and also stifles PRX's economy here. This is where PSG are at their most dangerous.
रेस को क्या मारा।
When
उड़ गया वो,
win with one ultimate
रोलिंग थंडर में उड़ गया।
to be able to clear
Off your feet।
Forsaken was challenging. And then they still
भाई
have
लोग
the
कितना
development
पम्ड अप है।
future.
एंटी 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 कोई बात नहीं, कोई दिक्कत नहीं।
Tactical timeout, trying to figure out what their game plan should be.
CG squad, when they get rolling with the ultimates, I mean, they have currently 3 available. It's a lockdown, Orbital Strike, Hunter's Fury.
भाई ये राउंड में 2 बड़े बड़े अल्टीमेट यूज हुए।
Like a perpetual motion machine. They're able to just
एक रोलिंग थंडर यूज हुआ और एक वापस ये नियॉन का भी यूज हो गया।
advantages, constantly breaking their opponents, and you know, it's kind of what you were mentioning.
अगला राउंड इको है वापस।
अगला इको है। कम से कम इसमें अगर इनिशियल प्लांट से पहले 2-3 पिक मिला तो राउंड जीतोगे।
So it's the goal.
2 पिक पे भी कंफर्म नहीं रहता कि जीतोगे ही जीतोगे। 3v5 भी निकल जाता है
Seems to be rewarded in some way or form.
गन्स के चक्कर में।
Left them in this
यार मैंने वो वीडियो में देखा वो
ये
सीजीआरएस की गर्दन पे जो टैटू है वही मेरे हाथ पे है।
ये क्या कर रहे हैं, वो यंग वाला ना
या इन यांग
भाई, ये क्या कर रहे हैं? हाफ बाय पे हाफ बाय हाफ बाय पे हाफ बाय, मजाक है क्या बे?
Forsaken, a flash on
ये देख।
CPRS, but it's under strain.
सब पे हाफ
This one,
शील्ड
though, the
और
lost bonus
फैंटम मेडल।
is an area
अरे लेकिन यूटिल्स नहीं है।
rifles. You can survive in these spots.
एक ही शॉक है इसका 4 सेकंड के पास।
Look how timid PRX are at the
ब्रिज के
start
पास
of
भी
the
एक ही
round,
फ्लैश है
how
बस।
compact they are to try and not give away. So this is a play that they normally make when something's in, and they tried to.
Bench.
That play is designed to try and double blast pack Jing into Canteen, and he's already dead.
Boostier's picking up this off, man. It's a very intelligent purchase.
टावर पे कोई नहीं मक किया है अभी तक, तो अब मक किया है।
It's a third round for good reason because PRX have been playing so contacty at the beginning.
This is very deep, though, isn't it? Taking Mind Freak smoke and getting into a nice position on site.
Oh, shot!
PRX needed.
थ्रू मारा।
Hey, that's gonna certainly eat
Plant हो जाएगा।
the bolts on
नहीं, नहीं,
the
नहीं,
to try and delay
हो
it.
जाएगा।
Hey, here we go. Hunter's
नहीं।
Fury comboed with the
अब हो जाएगा।
up into tower. One
हाँ,
time
अभी होगा।
Forsaken. Damage done.
मार दिया
भाई।
दवाई ने, घुस के मारा, घुस के मारा बेबी।
Let's see how EG deal with this.
साले हो गए क्या?
Capitalizing kills are being collected all over the bloody map.
कांड भी नहीं हुआ है।
PRX left alone
2v3 कैसे हुआ?
just behind Dice trying to tuck himself. He needs a bit of a bailout. But
हाँ
the
गिर
क्या
गया।
last line of
ये
the
क्या जरूरत था?
and they do deal with it.
यार पहले 2 फ्रैग मिले।
Yeah, if you want a round that demonstrates how EG
हमें पहले तो नहीं मिले बट ठीक।
अरे ट्रेड्स में मिले ना इतने सारे,
look at.
अब ये फिर से फोर्स करेंगे।
Set play there where they're supposed to use aftershock, they stun, they double blast pack.
अरे आप सेव कर लो था भाई, एक सेव कर लो,
It's unexpected.
एक thrifty निकल जाएगा, मत करो।
Like that, instantly Jing dies. And then Defy on the flank.
ये वो जिंग का यूआई ग्लिच हुआ।
Rounds against most teams in this tournament.
नहीं बराबर है बराबर है।
Group up together
नहीं जिंग बरोबर है, बाय किया ना,
and deal with it.
हाँ
जिंग बाय किया और बस और कोई नहीं किया सब स्टिंगर्स पे।
Here we go. Fast with the rip. Okay.
क्या मरते हैं ये, चालू होता नहीं है, एक प्लेयर चले आता है।
Causing Forsaken to fall early
Yeah,
on
they-
from all of this. It's a squeeze onto the south side. That double push.
मर गया एक।
EG is ripping PRX to pieces.
That's so sick by Con. He throws a shock dart at the start of the round to be able to catch onto somebody, and it opens the door for him to be able to punish the aggressive players. I mean, that is just marvelous timing. How to use a piece of utility to inflict damage and also offer you further opportunities to frag off of it. The combo play there from him supporting Boostio is just unreal to deal with PRX.
अभी तो ये लोग ड्रॉप का कुछ क्यों नहीं बना रहे प्ले?
PRX are playing. They are left.
ड्रॉप भाई 8 राउंड से मैंने जाते ही नहीं देखा एक बंदे को।
Left alive. Slight jiggle. Doesn't promote him.
एक ही बार गए थे जब अपने ये मारा था
The fault line.
4 सेकंड मर गया तो
अरे बट प्ले बना सकते ड्रॉप पे।
Any other pushes onto Jing,
Well
mobbing the
played.
feet. CJRS was not aware of it and he shot the spike out into the
Inti रे।
open. Mindfreak really doesn't stand a chance.
सैचल किल हुआ तो बहुत गुस्सा आने वाला है। 1 एचपी बचा है।
Right over. Straight up bullying at this point.
वो भी कास्टर भी बोल रहा है
Prime game in Florida.
बुली कर रहे हैं बे।
9. This, of course, is the map where you expect EG to be the most dominant. This is where they've been able to find their wins against everybody. And I mean everybody. There's no one in the world right now that can particularly touch EG's fracture. But as we head deeper into this map pool, things get into more and more contested territory. To be honest, it feels like PRX could win on any of the other 4 maps in the pool. I think we're set up for an absolute banger of a series. Don't let the current scoreline fool you. PRX will be back with a vengeance later on. So that's designed to put pressure on Com.
नीचे
Doesn't quite hit though, does it?
गलत हो गया वो
This time as Jing is taking a pathing out towards Sand, but split approached. It's pronged outwards. No chance to latch onto a kill for any of the paper.
Oh,
Oh.
shot.
The wall though, I believe that might have been just intended for a piece of utility. Demon 1 though.
अभी उसमें
Down, anchoring, pushes
ये क्या
through.
कर रहे हैं भाई, क्या चल रहा है? ये जी 1v2 है, मार दे।
Back in the action.
अल्ट भी है जिंग के पास
Special spike.
नेड भी है,
But now he's got it in his hand.
बूमबॉट भी है,
Does he realize both of the EG
सब कुछ है।
निकाल सकता है
Oh, this util. It's putting a squeeze on him.
ऊपर प्लांट कर दे ऊपर भी चलेगा
From Jorgamo.
हियर कम्स द पार्टी हो
अरे
गया।
अरे
बोलो ना, हियर कम्स द पार्टी हो गया है।
Every avenue is watched for.
How sublime is that, man? Spamming the only spot where he would be able to survive the showstopper. So you guarantee to scour the map. Ridiculous.
ये लोग पता है एक्सपेक्टेड जगह चले जाते हैं।
Against DRX and it worked immaculately.
मेरे जैसा हो तो शो स्टॉपर से लड़ने के लिए नीचे रुकूं मैं।
They put somebody in a tough
सिंपल भाई, मेरा दिमाग तो वही बोलता है भाई कि वो उधर स्पैम करेगा ही, उसको ये लगेगा कि मैं ऊपर जाऊंगा तो मैं नीचे ही फाइट ले लूं।
Smokes to support. Full delivery. Smoke dropped down deep as well. Lots of players behind this one, but just Divide to meet them.
दवाई पे 4 लोग आने वाले
एक को मार देगा।
Trying to seek the time.
Oh, nice.
Catch it. Claims the
चलो
रोप
जी।
लेके चले जा नेवर माइंड
नसीब।
didn't have the momentum to escape.
नेवर माइंड।
Traded.
जिंग मरेगा इधर
एक ले लेगा।
Fallen. Boost here with the op now. What timing is he going to try and seek? Fast lane cutting off his available line of sight. He's hoping for a kill. Spots it. Just the one angle. There it is.
जिनको एक मिला,
It's Jing as well. Holding down.
दूसरा बकरा मिला,
Showstopper in his hand. The rifle.
बुष्टी उल्टी कर दिया।
Jing has nade for that.
ब्रिम तोड़ दे गल्टी
Rebounds.
अरे नहीं
नहीं तोड़, नेड
अरे
नहीं तोड़
नाइस
दिया। ठीक है, मर गया लेकिन अपना काम कर दिया।
Shot darts getting close. Not the best
अल्टी पे खेल सकते हैं।
job.
और मॉली लाइन अप।
Side. Tags onto
डालना पड़ेगा उसको अभी
pushing down.
अल्टी क्या?
Shorty. Here's the molly.
नहीं मॉली है
Orbital strike still around us. They're not going to be able to get half. EG pushed off of this one. Has enough time. It been
Nice.
purchased all the way
आ गया राउंड आ गया
through. Realized it.
आ गया
Has
राउंड
to be done.
नाइस आ गया
ये क्लासिक कॉम्पी वाला गेम।
Mindfreak claiming that kill.
Nice.
ये क्लासिक कॉम्पी वाला गेम हो गया, पता है?
Any chance?
हाँ
आई एम गोइंग फॉर लाइनअप्स।
And that's what it's taken.
भाई क्या क्राउड है यार
Round on the board.
मजा आया देख
अबे लेकिन ये लोग हिलते नहीं है, पता है? कोई भी टीम हारे जीते ये लोग नहीं हिलते।
They gave everything there.
ये लोग को नहीं फर्क पड़ भाई, ये लोग को अच्छे वैलोरेंट से मतलब, ये लोग को टीम से फर्क ही नहीं पड़ता है।
How are they going to be able to pull
मैंने उस दिन देखा ना, वो कौन सा टीम हारा, ईडीजी हारा।
fabulously? Despite
क्राउड में ईडीजी के सपोर्टर्स भर के थे, लेकिन जब पीआरएक्स जीता
हाँ
एक बंदा नहीं हिला है। पीआरएक्स का पूरा सेलिब्रेशन भी देखा है, सब कुछ देख के गए। ये देख ये तो खतरनाक है। दवाई का क्या क्या लेके आते हैं, मेरे को समझ में नहीं आता है।
it's excellent for EG.
It's an orbital strike being held by Demon 1. The fault line early off the rip.
Yeah, usually they play this off turret contact, but they're doing it off Jorgamo's instead. So that actually allows Demon 1 to hold it. PRX have to play this round quickly. If they end up getting caught with 20-30 seconds left on the clock, you can't plant against a Brim ult and a Breach ult.
No, there's no chance.
दो अल्टियां है ना, दिमाग भी खराब हो रहा है।
Tree control gain.
पर से ओडिन उठाया है।
Willing to slow it down for but a moment, but we're reaching that minute mark right into the sight line.
ये
पलट
पड़ी
पड़ेगा
And there
बहुत
it
बच
मिस कैसे
गया।
किया
No damage done.
होता है मेरे से भी बहुत होता
Darts waiting for them. Side is
भाई, अपने से होता है, समझ में आया। ये लोग से कैसे होता है ऐसा शॉट?
You're swinging and just look at how good the supportive utility is. We sing the praises of EG all day long. Ethan and Com. they're the
गया ये
difference
round।
makers on this map.
But remember the clock. There's only 40 seconds.
गए राउंड कम से कम 10 सेकंड ब्रीच अल्टी लेगा 5 सेकंड इसका ब्रिम अल्टी लेगा हो गया कांड हो गया
God.
This has fallen to pieces.
9-3
Looking like a 9-3.
Shots fired, Abustio still maintains the score.
लेफ्ट साइड
Watching every angle, and yet they are losing it. It's fallen to pieces.
पेनाल्टी जीत गए
It's up to divide, but you're working against everything. 2 ults, your position. They are hunting for you. The orbital strike to clear out and cleave out any potential area.
Inti,
That's the smallest
9-3.
one.
Good off.
9-3 is the half. Domination.
नो नॉट दो गुड ऑफ बट अ गुड ऑफ
Remember the words of the desk. This is a marathon, not a sprint. But it started out with EG's structured play, being able to control the.
EGW करके आगे भागी तो है
I don't think it's likely that we're going to be saying that all throughout the series. But for now, the pretty style of EG with the trap plays, set plays.
ओ भाई
It's working.
Absolutely. Got to remember, it's best of 5. Any more maps left to go as well. We're only just in the first half of.
ये असेंशंस चालू हो रहे हैं भाई लेकिन असेंशंस में मेरे को देखना पड़ेगा रे कौन कौन से मैच का वॉच पार्टी करूं साला 3-3 भी उतरी है एक दिन में अब मर जाऊंगा
वजी वाली कर
सिर्फ ओजी की करनी पड़ेगी और एक इसकी करूंगा ओजी की भी करूंगा और
एक अच्छा मेरे एग्जाम्स खत्म हो रहे और उसी के बाद अपना एलसीक्यू है
एलसीक्यू तो 16 जुलाई से है ना
16 या 17 कुछ
अभी लेकिन ये आरआरक्यू के साथ जो अपना मैच है वो स्ट्रेट एलिमिनेशन टाइप मैच है
हाँ वो गए तो हो गया अपना
और वो जाने ही वाले अपन
आई बिलीव
वो तू लिख के ले अरे उसका रीजन है रे जाने वाले का
क्या क्या
द वे ईजे एंड बाकी ईजे उसका जो खेलता है ना जिस हिसाब से वो ईजे का रेस अपन मैच नहीं कर सकते
बट आई थिंक
और
हो
अपने
जाएगा
और अपने को परमा बैन खेलना पड़ेगा पता है अपने को फ्रैक्चर खेलना पड़ेगा जेट अगर खेला रॉसी ने फ्रैक्चर पे तो हो गया भाई जेट इज यूजलेस ऑन फ्रैक्चर ए मेन पे तो कुछ मूव बना नहीं सकता बचा बी मेन आर्केड और ड्रॉप बी मेन आर्केड और ड्रॉप पे जेट को भाई काउंटर करने के बहुत सारे तरीके हैं ये क्या है
जो भी अच्छा है
मस्त डांस कर रहे हैं सीजीआरएस
EG definitely hoping to keep that momentum firmly on their side, keep the tempo up.
बट पहला मैच जल्दी खत्म हो गया रे इस हिसाब से तो अगर ये लोग ईजी जल्दी जीत गए तो
The series.
Definitely agree with the desk that their attack side looks the most dangerous. I think this is going to give us another.
नीड है वो मार दिया
Good answer.
भाग 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 बड़वा भाग
Follow up, Jorgamo with the satchels as well, just to see if he can catch that timing. Back heels are forsaken though.
Look how
वो
fast A-Hole
जॉगिंग वो एचपी देख
Alive on 52.
दो ले गया
ओ भाई फर्स्ट एक
Around now. He's gone for the ace.
20
Damage is done, and there's the follow-up. Like you said earlier, Josh.
नाइस वन नाइस
Once more. See a lot of that play and fracture. That was rapid.
क्राउड में देखा आई वॉच यू
That's a quick one. They're going to need more of that. Applying a ton of pressure to EG.
ये दारू नहीं दवाई है रे
PRX want any chance to come back into this game. I know the fracture's incredible for EG.
भाई कोलाट मिल गया
I'm counting PRX out of any of these scenarios. I've seen maps so far at Master Tokyo where I'm so confident PRX are going to lose, and it's going to snowball into them losing the series, and they end up winning and going on to continue in the tournament. I feel like we could have said the exact same thing about the first map when they played against NRG.
Yeah.
And then you've got Mind Freak at the
और
end.
फार्मिंग चल रही है सब और ले लेंगे
We won that series. I can't believe we did. But that's the kind of stuff
देख लिया
the PRX team will give you. Never stop believing.
Just miracle moments. And are skilled enough to jump on them, pounce on them.
एंटी भाग पीछे
Narrow angle, Forsaken, trusting in the reactions to land that one. Turret
मैं इनसे पिक लेना हाँ नाइस
second peek will do so. Util dumped into tower. Positions move back.
1 HP
Oh, is occupied now as well. They are really pushing out. Divide, blinded up.
Shot.
Spot round. Forsaken's got a
4 सेकंड का अल्टी बना हो रहे
corralled up into the corner. Looks like an attempt to refight.
आ जाएगा
They have a Util.
थ्रो हो गया मोस्टली, 2 गन गिर गया तो स्पेक्टर गया।
Advantage to PRX being that they know where the positioning of these players are.
And two of them will die to a single shot from Forsaken.
ये राउंड एस आएगा 4 सेकंड का।
नहीं आएगा, नहीं आएगा।
आएगा देखना।
Got them collected. 30 seconds.
उधर से ब्रीच जाके मारने का ट्राई करेगा देख।
Com waiting 15 seconds for the regenerative util with the dart. There's the stun.
Shot.
Big damage.
अरे यार एस हो रहा है।
Done yet. Okay, all collected in the end.
अच्छा अल्टी बन गया ना, चलेगा।
हाँ, बन गया।
Being done there, but PRX still. They win the
इम्पोर्टेंट था कि अल्टी बन जाए, अल्टी बन गया।
This next round gives them an opportunity potentially back into the map. Can they craft some kind of aggressive play that centers around Forsaken?
इधर जो राइट क्लिक चिपका है जो डीमन और ईथन ने,
You allow EG the space on the map. They're going to go around, they're going to hoover up the alt orbs.
4 सेकंड को भी पड़ा था
in a new
बट बच गया।
cosplay or something.
ओ वॉल बैंक पड़ा था उसको।
And they're going to turn that into round wins.
4 सेकंड का अल्टी है, डब्ल्यू दबाए।
It's a very difficult balance they have to tread of being aggressive without
राइट देख ले।
away.
ये देखेगा ही नहीं है साला, मेरे को पता है नहीं देखने वाला है ये।
No angle cleared. Crossfire set up with Timmy the Turret.
वो ब्रिज के सी से राइट साइड खाली कर सकते थे वो।
He really is.
ओ भाई
Really trying to clear
हाँ
this. The reactions
ये ठीक है
are
बोलना।
just sublime.
क्या था ये?
To every challenge he was facing.
1v3,
There were fights taken, evened out across the
1v3 बॉस, 1v3।
It ends with just Mind Freak left alone in the 1v3.
वहाँ गन भी है।
Heavy boot steps, they know exactly where he is.
यार ब्रिज के सी से राइट साइड खाली कर दो ना पहले।
Good, we talk about it
C
all
side?
day long, but
यार ब्रिज का सी एबिलिटी
अच्छा ये आफ्टर शॉक से।
हाँ आफ्टर शॉक से राइट साइड खाली कर दो, जरूरत ही नहीं देखने की। और ब्रिज था भी उसके साथ।
करवा है नहीं ना उसने, ये देख।
Of course, the first one, a gimme based on his excellent positioning.
नहीं नहीं ब्रिज ने
भाई
पहले
ये
सी यूज
क्या घुमाया है लेकिन, वो देख।
Yeah, give it a chest pump.
look at him.
चड्डी में बैठा है वो।
फाइट इन।
How many times throughout this tournament have we heard that giggle?
अबे तो रॉसी के पैंट्स की क्या गलती थी, वो तो चड्डी में बैठा है।
Yo,
It's been a lot.
पार्शियलिटी
Play for PRX, so they go for this tunnel control to start
Nice.
refight the
नाइस क्या,
Nice.
1-for-1 इज नॉट द वे रे डिफेंस में कभी भी। ये अच्छा है, माइंड फ्रीक ने 2 निकाल के इवन कर लिया।
they have to worry about Boostio here. It's all good PRX
But
being
पीछे
aggressive and getting
arcade-
kills, but if they leave gaps like this, Boostio could still be a thorn in their side.
उन्होंने बी अपना ए साइड पूरा किल जॉय के भरोसे छोड़ दिया।
Aware of it, he keeps looking back in this direction.
और ठीक है, किलर ले लेती है वो दवाई है।
CGRS is not hard holding this.
स्काई क्यों नहीं खेल रहा कोई इनमें?
About it. He's still worried about tower and tunnel. All down to Boostio, and at this point, surely the time
ये लोग डबल डुलिस्ट के भरोसे जाते हैं ना।
spotted them out. Play showcased.
कम बैक है कम बैक है कम बैक है।
एटलीस्ट 10-10 तो जाए, मतलब 11-11 कुछ ऐसा जाएगा ना।
It's not that same level of pretty trap setup that we've seen on EG's defensive side. It's brute force, and it's what you should expect.
भाई साहब सॉरी गाइस, आँख में बहुत नींद दिखेगा तुम लोग को
One stim beacon running together to try and take fuel.
एकदम ही। भाई 2 घंटे सोया हूँ खाली,
With pure amount of
2 घंटे
players on
3 घंटा सोया ना।
कल रात मेरी गेम में एक रेज आया था अपोजिट टीम में 30-15 मार के क्या, और अगले गेम में मेरी टीम में आके क्या 6 किल मारा बस।
मतलब तेरे सामने मारा ज्यादा और
हाँ टीम में रहा तो हो गया, आ गया
निकलो
पेपर एक्स्ट्रा।
बाहर, निकलो बाहर।
चलो चलो चलो।
भागा भागा भागा।
Evaporation. All the players disappearing. Ethan, lone player left.
क्या टाइमिंग था।
Peak. Back from side of the angle.
कर उल्टी कर ना, कर कर कर। मेरे को तो
अगर
चाहिए,
अल्टी में तीनों फंसे तो हो गया।
मेरे को तो चाहिए अल्टी करे।
Gonna be grouped up around the spike. This is
नहीं
something
करा तो आ सकता है राउंड इसका।
लोग पुश नहीं करेंगे, डबल पिक करके निकाल देंगे।
There's one through the wall. Enough damage.
अभी नहीं करेगा, हो गया।
Done to him 20 HP.
राइट में आफ्टर शॉक कर और एक बंदे को निकाल ले।
Moment. Forsaken is low enough himself, but just doesn't look doable.
राउंड
बॉल है
निकल,
ना फर्स्ट सेकंड के पास।
राउंड निकल सकता है पता है।
That util.
राइट क्लियर करेगा आफ्टर शॉक से।
Pouncing. There's a stun.
हो गया।
अभी हो गया, दोनों का काउंटर डेज आया।
Shuts it down before it gets out of hand.
नहीं वो आफ्टर शॉक भी करता था ना, फर्स्ट सेकंड के पास वॉल था, वॉल करके वो निकल लेता था।
utilizing a big ultimate, but in such a
हाँ साला इधर उधर स्लाइड मार के निकल लेता था।
हाँ
is in
अच्छा अल्टी मारा ना साइड राइट से निकालने के लिए, पर हगा डीमन, हगा अच्छी डीमन छी।
PRX are so fast to fight that they're not even really offering that many opportunities to get those flank plays through or try to play spread. They're just grouping up almost as 5 in one area of the map. And EG tried to counter it there on their eco round by grouping up as well.
अच्छा यार, मेरा धीरे धीरे MMR इंक्रीज हो रहा है। कल
अच्छे बंदे
मैं
आएंगे।
Ultimates available to EG. They have all
कल
the tools to be
5
able to
गेम
win.
खेला मैं, 5 गेम में से 3 गेम में मेरे को एक बंदा डायमंड बना।
At the moment, struggling under
हाँ
the
अच्छे बंदे आएंगे, मतलब अच्छे बंदे आएंगे।
बाकी सब प्लेट थे, एक डायमंड और मैं अकेला गोल्ड 3।
अच्छे बंदे आ रहे हैं, मतलब मजा आएगा।
हाँ मजा आएगा।
अरे कल मेरे साथ हुआ,
PRX are in an area
अपोनेंट में एक प्लेट 3 एक प्लेट
हाँ
2,
and just
मेरा
हाँ,
ये मैं गोल्ड 2
gonna be trying to take an ult.
ओके।
और बाकी सब गोल्ड के आसपास, मतलब गोल्ड 3 या गोल्ड 2 के आसपास। मैं प्लेट 2 के बंदे को 5-1 डिफ दिया,
वाह।
मतलब तो मैं सोच रहा हूँ भाई ये लोग प्लेट पहुंच कैसे जाते हैं।
A triple play over towards Push again.
मैं भी
If you are getting diff 5-1
Some of CGRS's utilities
by a gold player
feel like it's an
and you are
automatic
at plat 3
we can
or
see
plat 2,
the majority of this aggression, both
Yeah.
duelists,
तो कैसा तुम पहुंचे हो।
stimmied up, are going to be
मे
coming
बी
from
ए बैड गेम, आई मीन बोल नहीं सकते।
अरे ऐसा बैड गेम, मतलब मैं कभी कभी मेरे को लगता है ना इसमें रैंक का कोई मतलब ही नहीं है। इट्स ऑल अबाउट योर एम। तेरा एम अच्छा है ना अगर उस मैप के लिए,
गया पर सेकंड
भाग जा।
डबल ने एक मारा, बट कमर दो लिखे।
चलेगा 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 चलेगा, स्टिल 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 इट्स गुड 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 गेम, स्टिल इट्स अ गुड राउंड।
पर सेकंड की गोटी बहुत बड़ी है। मैं ये मरेगा इधर।
अरे तो यार यही तकलीफ है ना, नियॉन डब्लू करके जाता है, पुचुक पुचुक मर जाता है, टाइमिंग नहीं हो जाए बे।
नाइस जिंग,
एक नंबर,
नाइस जिंग।
एक
अल्टी भी है।
नंबर।
अरे यार बट लगा ही था, एक को स्टिक करना पड़ेगा। अरे नहीं, टाइम ही नहीं है।
हाफ नहीं हुआ था,
अरे यार हाफ होता राउंड निकलता।
गन भी नहीं
दे।
बचा। अच्छा स्मोक किया था रे, थोड़ा आगे से करता तो शायद होता था। ए सीजीआरएस को कोई गेको ही दो रे। ये शॉट कैसे कनेक्ट हुआ।
वो गलत शॉट था।
अबे ऊपर से ये भी गलत था जो उसने वल्नरेबल होके मारे।
The denial on the defuse, and yet Demon 1 just has the read.
Wait a minute. Oh no!
That has got to be a reaction to Jing taking those kills through tower.
एक्सपेक्ट नहीं किया वो।
But I'm sure it was turned around as soon as Demon 1 won the round.
वाह
दर्द है।
ओ
कितने ले गया, 2 ही ले गया ना।
मैच पॉइंट।
हाँ कोई ना कोई ना कोई ना,
Yeah, a wild clash on the south side.
स्टिल इट्स अ पॉसिबिलिटी ऑफ ओटी। चलो
Stunned quickly, 30 seconds in a 1v3. The question being, does he even
जा सकता था भाई, पैसा है उसके पास।
पैसा है, हंटर सीड यूज करवा ले तो सबसे बेस्ट।
would be able to buy next round. That extra gun might be the difference maker.
But he feels like he has to go for it. It's 11-7. Can't let EG grab up all the way to Matt.
अरे सब कांटेक्ट पे पिक करिए।
In his back pocket, taking away the guns would be quite useful. Trying to find one of the fights as well.
मैं बोला ना सब कांटेक्ट पे पिक करिए।
Gives himself the 1v1 versus Bustio. Bustio glad to take it. So there it is, 12-7 EG. To that map.
कोई ना, गुड गेम।
EG were ready there for the south side aggression towards Tree as well. They've definitely done their homework. Jorgamo was on the high ground angle, and I believe to meet them when Jing goes for the double satchel play on top of the box to try and punish any sort of attempt there.
We'll see whether Forsaken decides to go for a similarly aggressive setup. he is often trying to challenge towards Tree. If you watch how PRX play on this map, and he doesn't usually have too much backup. He's smoked off. Yeah. So the fight instead happening towards halls, as it did in the prior
मत
round.
दिखाओ, हाँ अपना प्रेजेंस मत दिखाओ रे।
उसने भी चेक नहीं किया।
ये लोग कैसा चेक नहीं करते हैं, मैं तो सोचने बैठता हूँ यार। भाई ये आएगा विदाउट रेजेस गेम चल रहा है। चलो
अल्टी खींचेगा इधर।
और 2 लेके जाना चाहिए अल्टी पे कम से कम।
नहीं खींचा।
3v3 अपने पे स्मोक्स नहीं है। अल्टी खींच दे।
नहीं जाएगी नहीं उधर तक। खींच दे।
उड़ा
अरे 4 सेकंड भी गया, वरना वो लेके जाता था।
गया जी आ गया 4 सेकंड वापस। 4 सेकंड साला 10 सेकंड में तो पूरा मैप घूमता है। एक मार दो, एक और।
नो अरे एंटी
रे बाबा।
यार
कोई बात नहीं। चलो मापन वेंट ना, मेरे को चाहिए था फ्रैक्चर निकल जाए, क्योंकि ये लोग का फ्रैक्चर स्ट्रॉन्ग ही था, हर किसी को पता है। कोई ना। तारिक वॉच पार्टी कर रहा है, काइडे कर रही है, स्पाइसू भी कर रही है।
अगला लोटस है, उसके बाद स्प्लिट, पर्ल,
असेंट बैन नहीं हुआ मतलब ये बैन हुए हैं। बाइंडर ये बैन।
सेकंड कौन सा?
हेवन।
राइट।
बाइंडर हेवन गया। मेरे को 2 दिन हो गया रे हेवन खेला ही नहीं, मेरे को मैच में नहीं आया।
मेरे को कल 2 बार आके गया और उसी में वो रेस था जो 30 किल मार के गया। और हम 5 मैन ड्यूलिस्ट लेके मैच में गए थे वही।
अबे यार इधर पे पता है कोई राउंड में मालूम है जीतता PRX रह गया। हाँ ऐसा लगता तो विनेबल है। अबे 100 के वॉचिंग तो तारीख को आ रही है।
उसको वैलोरेंट ऑफिशियल से ज्यादा थी।
वही बोल रहा हूँ 100 के वॉचिंग तो 90 के तो तारीख को आ रही है। अभी ग्रिम को 2000 आ रही है। काइडे को 10,000 आ रही है।
बंक्स को कितना?
बंक्स भाई को पता नहीं। गाइस तुम लोग गाने सुनो, मैं थोड़ा मुंह फ्रेश होके आता हूँ रे। इंस्टेंट आया, एकदम उठ के ही आ गया था।
हाँ मैं भी थोड़ा कुछ खाने का देख के आता।
आजा।
Have you ever asked yourself after a bad game, what
टकरा चुके हमसे मुसाफिर यूं तो कहीं दिल ना लगाया हमने किसी से किस्से सुने यूं तो कहीं ऐसे तुम मिले हो ऐसे तुम मिले हो जैसे मिल रही हो इत्र से हवा सुबह सुबह तू जो मिला तो मिली है सांसों को हवा तुम जो मिला मेरा जा रे फकीरा तुझको पुकारे तेरी परछाइयां रे कबीरा चन्ना मेरे चन्ना मेरे चन्ना मेरे ओ पिया चन्ना मेरे चन्ना मेरे चन्ना मेरे ओ पिया मैं तेनू समझा कि ना तेरे बिना लगदा जी एक बारिया भी जाया एक बारिया देखो ना होठों पे तेरा एहसास रह जाता काफिराना सा है इश्क है या क्या है खैरियत पूछो कभी तो कैफियत पूछो तुम्हारे बिन दीवाने का क्या हाल है दिल
यो हम्म
ब्रेक लिया एक ही चीज गए, जाके खाली बेड पे बैठ गया, अच्छा लेट गया, मतलब मेरे को ऐसा था कि लेट जाऊंगा तो थोड़ा कमर को रेस्ट मिलेगा, दैट्स इट।
हम्म।
जॉगिंग में लो हो गया, पहले ही टपली पड़ गया।
Trailblazers
चलो साइड, बैक साइड क्लियर किया, साइड क्लियर करना चाहिए था।
couple of detonations, but the nano swarm delays them. Over the
अबे
top.
पांचों ब्लाइंड हो जाओगे, मरोगे।
Boyer used in response to it.
बच गया।
Cuts them up though on well,
No.
okicici. They managed to swarm into position, left with just Jing.
तो फक क्या राउंड था ये?
Back of the side, yeah, he might have a frenzy, but that's a little bit too much to overcome even for him. So, part of the course, pistol round, gained in one for
Sure.
G.
एंड ये क्या राउंड था?
C defense. They flood in, buying time with that single
मत ना भाई, मत करो,
playing the other side of the map.
दर्द
And
होता
then
है।
relying on the paranoia too to just delay. And look
अबे
at
ये क्या
that,
राइट क्लिक था?
into their own cages.
पहला राइट क्लिक क्या था दवाई पे?
कुछ भी मारा।
सुप करके मारा। हाँ, मुफ्ती पागल हो जाओ।
It's not just PRX theory crafting on the fly.
What is he waffling about? The right
मुफ्ती
click
तू
to
मैं ना,
just one left click.
I believe it's
It's
like
the faster fire rate, right? With a classic.
I think the idea is you put out as much DPS as possible, but Sid, a joke I'm sure to do with him trying to teach somebody else on the team how to use the classic.
पैर दिखा ना, मारेगा वो।
Deep push position for Jorgamo. He's pulled down to util, hasn't he? Just with his presence. Even the wingman, that's a flash repeat, but
ये एक HP हो जाता है।
pays for it. Damage definitely done. Backs away for the heal.
They're getting their money's worth out of Ethan's heal, aren't they?
Yeah.
That's two
fully
rounds in a
topped
row.
up. Trailblazers now going to be used around us minute mark, so grab
कौन
that
है?
info.
60 HP हो गया यार, अच्छा हील कर लिया, हील कर लिया।
This looks like Boostio is going to dive through the door if it's a C.
भाई मेरे को तो डिफेंस पे 4 सेकंड की होर्डिंग देखनी है।
Right into the corner, they're all grouped up. Right to the side and jumping right clicks doing some form of work.
कोई बात नहीं, कोई बात नहीं मित्रा, कोई बात नहीं, एक गन गिरा ही ना,
Is that slow siege and squeeze?
हो गया भाई, मिशन सक्सेसफुल।
And I also want to draw your attention to the fact that Com is using Nat's Viper Orb setup on C, which is so lovely for flood defending the C site. Instead of trying to hard anchor it with a turret and nanoswarms and snake bites, instead it allows people from Waterfall to run into C and help the players that are anchoring.
अबे बट ये लो, पेपर एक्स का जो कॉम्प है, that always just questions them, क्योंकि ओमन से तुम कंट्रोल नहीं ले सकते हो, खाली सिर्फ ओमन से। You need a second controller, इतना बड़ा मैप है, एटलीस्ट या तो हार्बर या तो वाइपर, कुछ तो चाहिए ही।
Into rubble. Rest of EG.
The comms are always questionable. याद है कोपेनहेगन के ग्रैंड फाइनल्स में उन्होंने ब्रीच पे ब्रीच लिया था, किसने एक्सपेक्ट किया था?
ऐसे ऐसे भाई मेरे को पहला याद है, पहला ये भी हार्बर है ना, जब इंडिया आई थी ना पेपर एक्स,
हाँ
तब हार्बर पहला लिया था इन लोगों ने फ्रैक्चर पे।
हाँ ये मेरे को याद है, वो ऐसे अपना ब्रीच जहाँ से ये करता है ना स्टन बी साइड पे, वहां से वो स्ट्रेट वॉल करते थे ए के बाहर, ए मेन पे।
एवरीबॉडी ऑन द लैन वाज जस्ट मैड कि भाई ये लोगों ने क्या कर लिया ये फ्रैक्चर पे हार्बर। और वो टाइम पे ये बेंका ही खेलता था,
हाँ
तो सब चाचू चाचू बोल के इसकी ले लेते थे भाई।
Although it looked like it was going to catapult them to stardom at the start of Masters
अबे
Total.
बुलडॉग बचवा रहे
The gun's guarded.
भाई,
Ethan just opting into saving.
मेरे जैसा भाई, क्यों ये बुलडॉग क्यों सेव करवा है?
Gonna be on Jing for the next round, that player,
क्या बता,
because he's got Showstopper to try and
मे भी क्रेडिट्स का कुछ
and
होगा।
it's so much more difficult to play C flood defense.
हो गया ना, बोनस खेल रहे थे ना ये तो,
Using the Showstopper, you want to be running away, not towards
अरे
it.
हाँ
दिन क्या
It
दिक्कत है?
opens up many different avenues around the map.
ये देख कॉम के पास होड़ी नहीं,
Take a glance bottom left. Even one picking up the op, Com with an Odin. So Com's probably going to try and play off site, spam to defend the C site. Where Demon
अभी
wanted
पेपर थिन वॉल्स है बे लोटस के, किधर भी स्पैम पड़ता है.
No one's actually going to be walking into that sight line though. Everybody grouped up towards A. And again, same util used, disrespecting. Over towards Rubble and Ruins. Just the satchels at work and it's easy to clear the way out. There's going to be the door switch tapped.
within 10 seconds.
लाइक सीरियसली किधर भी स्पैम पड़ता है.
On top of it. Covering space and
अरे हक दिया रे
time. The boostio, well,
जिंगी.
it's labored. It's strained.
It's a
Right
good
into B.
trade, but there goes the ult.
Yeah, all going to be missing. Trailblazer to set this one up as well. Spamming right down that angle.
पूरा स्पैम किया, कुछ वैल्यू नहीं मिला.
They've gained space onto the site. With Busio falling, all that util is faded. Ethan, he knows he's being pushed. Page in his face. Forsaken just trying to get out of there. It's getting awkward.
छोटू सा प्लांट करो ना.
That's still going to go down. Themselves into the post plant situation. This flank, it's occurring as well. It's Mind Freak versus Jorgamo. It's an important one. It's going to define quite a bit. But the rest of his team puts the squeeze on
Mar-
Mind Freak. Collects that kill.
Omendev.
Avoid a danger from one of the extremities.
Nice.
Ethan,
Nice.
just what we need.
Nice.
It's on point. It's on fire. Paper X on all cylinders.
Let's go.
Nice.
That's
2-2.
another major round for Paper X to win. They start out this map in the same way they started Fracture.
उसका अपड्राफ्ट वेस्ट हो गया
Important
डीमन
round
का.
of the fight. And
उड़ गई ना.
EG's momentum.
हाँ.
As soon as Boostio dies early, he's not the first death, but the second, it just opens the door to B. They can't play B retake very well because Demon One's got an operator on board. And they're kind of relying on those nanoswarms to keep back the horde of Paper.
अरे अब तो बहुत सिंपल है.
So there goes the Odin investment.
ब्लाइंड दो, कंट्रोल दो, इधर का रबल का आगे जाओ, अल्टी खिंचवाओ.
This time trying to put the hurt on a team that has just been taking this space.
पर राउंड बहुत सिंपल था, कॉम्प्लिकेटेड काय के लिए कर रहे हैं समझ में नहीं आ रहा.
CGRS falling, but it is again evened out. Suspect shown even more, just right past the Viper.
इफ नीडेड हाँ अल्टी खींच दो, वही बस घुस जाओ, मार दो.
अरे थोड़ा ऊपर.
Skipping right round the side.
शॉट. ठीक है, अल्टी से किल नहीं मिला, स्पेस मिल गई ना, स्पेस ही चाहिए थी.
Jing is just so
Shot.
damn confident. This guy.
ये राउंड में ज्यादा कुछ करने का था ही नहीं. अबे फ्लैश करो, स्काई फ्लैश करो, ओमन फ्लैश करो.
For a reason, Jing's going to show him why. 6 and 3, an opposite beginning for him on map 1 to map 2. Individual form really got swinging. And if you wanted a warm-up map, if you felt like your team needed a little bit of time to warm up on stage, what better map than Fracture where EG are favored anyway?
हाँ सही बात है.
So now the operator
अब इधर ये राउंड में
Players matching him though. That's a
शॉट रेडी में.
peek from Demon One. He does land it.
नाइस वन जिंग.
Fully blinded up, jumping into the wall like a broken AR.
पकड़ा जिंग.
It's gonna be met though. Trying to offset.
नाइस, दो पकड़ लिया जिंग ने. नाइस नाइस नाइस.
Demon One still.
नाइस वन फॉर सेकंड.
It's not there in time. So 3 players left standing here for Paper X. Boostio, the timing through the smoke. He's facing.
भाई क्या राउंड निकल रहे हैं ये?
He's waiting for the flash timing, potentially hearing that util being used.
हेलो,
Spam into
क्या
the
क्या क्या सॉरी.
क्या राउंड निकल रहा है ये?
punished for it, but now backing away, realizing he has to save it. That full investment.
हाईलाइट में देखना पड़ेगा.
यार मैं क्या कर रहा था?
यार अरे मैं 3 जगह चैट कर रहा था. मेरा दोस्त बोल रहा है आज खेलना है नहीं खेलना है.
हाँ.
ऊपर से मेरे को कॉलेज का मेल आया. मैं वो भी देख रहा था. मेरे को बंदे मैसेज कर रहे कि वो अपने लिए है कि नहीं है.
क्या?
कंपनी.
अच्छा. तो जॉब के इसके लिए ठीक है ठीक है.
हाँ इंटर्नशिप.
Slightly punished, small amounts of damage, but not giving away a kill.
हाँ,
Tries to do the same
क्या
kind of thing,
सीन, क्या सीन.
but got full flash and just ended up walking into a wall. I know the EG guys were talking about Nats looking like a Yoru clone in one of their games. It can happen to anybody, I promise you.
शॉट रे.
Truly doing the most here. Trying to stop all the aggression that was coming his way. Some nasty kills, but yeah, just couldn't quite find the right timing with that one.
Double Yoru clone.
Paper X here.
4 अल्टी है, रीटेक पे निकाल लो.
Steady lead being gained and granted to them on Lotus.
And the Thrash online, an ultimate that they can get massive amounts of value out of, and one that most teams will not have anything prepared to deal with.
Just the one snake bite launched. Sailed all the way through. Common at double doors. So you're waiting for an orb tap. There it is. Gonna track it all over the place, almost claiming a kill here as the door rotates open. The door gets tagged. There's no punish. Already players though in his face.
चलो चलो लेट्स गो
हील करें फटाफट हील करें दवाएं अल्ट की नाइस कोई ना वैल्यू मिल गया चलेगा
बस।
चलेगा 3v2
ठीक है ठीक है
छोटू प्लांटिंग ए जिंक
ओके मैन
अभी एक गलती किया सीजीआरएस से क्यों प्लांट करवाया जिंक से करवा के ऑलरेडी करवा लेते
जिंग किल मार के अल्टी के पूरा करेगा
अरे इट्स ओके दैट्स ओके लेकिन ये भाई जिंक का स्कोर लाइन देखिए वाले मैप पे इट्स अराउंड 10-1 और 10-2 समथिंग
So, PRX combining, chaining their ultimates to be able to get another on the board. 5 in a row right now. EG with only the pistol and the follow-up. And once more catching EG's players flashed.
हाँ यहाँ पे अल्टी अच्छा मार दिया इसने मरते मरते अल्टी अच्छा मारा
Still. But they're not quick enough to be able to disengage from the aggression of PRX. You think back to what Coach Alex was saying? Or we either need to run away from
डर अच्छा लगा ये डर अच्छा लगा मुझे
through it. At the moment,
सीधा time out.
increased the tempo and gone forwards.
नहीं एक्चुअली अच्छा डर अच्छा है
Running into
भाई ये लोग के स्टेज इतने अच्छे कैसे है यार
comms Odin in order to get the punish there.
अपने स्टेज ऐसे क्यों नहीं हो सकते
The way that EG are playing. Like you said, the players are getting caught.
काश एक वीसीटी मास्टर्स या चैंपियंस तो इंडिया में हो
नेक्स्ट मास्टर्स या चैंपियंस कुछ तो मुंबई में ये हो
नहीं
रहा
नहीं वो ट्रोल है
One-sided in the
मैंने भी देखा वो ट्रोल था
पक्का ट्रोल है वो
101 तक का उन्होंने खुद नीचे वो अपना ये डाला मीम रिक रोल वाला
अरे बाप रे
मैं कितना खुश हो गया था भाई
मैं बोला मुंबई में है तो मैं तो रोज जाऊं
area of the map. Maybe they've just decided it's too much.
मैं खुद आता था मुंबई वापस
मैं प्लेऑफ्स देखने कम से कम 2-3 प्लेऑफ्स देखने जाता था
PRX do have a
नहीं
lot
मैं सीधा लोअर ब्रैकेट फाइनल्स और ग्रैंड फाइनल्स दो मैच
अब दैट डिपेंड्स कि यार कोई भी इंडियन टीम ओजी या फिर जी जो भी खेलने आए उनके मैचेस किसके साथ स्ट्रांग है
Jing's been able to sprint over to the
वो देखने जाते थे सबसे बेस्ट
Nothing to stop him. Cage, flash. Cuts up the angle, Seafen.
and look, now they're using even less utility because they know that EG aren't contesting.
ये वाले राउंड में इन लोगों को फाइट ही लेना पड़ेगा नो अदर ऑप्शन फ्लैश किया अभी भागेंगे
Found this kill. Forsaken is
भागो भी मार दे हाँ हो गया
शॉट फॉर सेकंड
to that one.
नाइस शॉट
Just the micro movements of the mouse. Have to give him the kill. Com. He's left to try and hold.
इधर
back.
कुत्ता किया है
Again, this unrelenting pressure. He knows that there's a team building up behind him.
हाँ बस इधर से
Makes it feel like they could have just been walking themselves into B, but now as the door opens up.
जिंग अल्टी मार के जा सकता ना वही बोला
हमारे
अरे
Com steals to the first piece, but away into the
वही डर
नाइस
था
शॉट माइंड फ्रीक
wins his fight, Ethan, towards the back.
Nice try.
Nice claim too. Brought them down to their knees.
Pick up.
Lined it up though, Jorgamo. He's opened up wide, and this is an adjustment made. Still, the spike is out in the open.
And
Has to
Ethan
be
knows it.
reclaimed. Yeah,
दिया
he's given up a
फोटो
spike.
खींचा
Playing together now. Him and Team in one. Can hear the tap of the plan.
ये वो गन का टेक्सचर हाँ अभी लोड हुआ
Neural theft back.
ठीक है अल्टी खींचा टाइम हाँ वेट कर लो किधर है पोजीशंस ले लो
So they want to go for a play here.
दवाई को घूम के जाना चाहिए और मार देना चाहिए मैं तो बोलूं
Together now. Knowing that they
नहीं तो टाइम नहीं होगा ना
अरे उतना नहीं मतलब सिटी साइड घूम के
नाइस नाइस
एक नंबर
लो है नाइस
एक नंबर पूरा घूम के मतलब साइड घूम के रे पूरा पीछे नहीं साइड घूम के
देखो लगा सिटी से
वो तो
वापस
उतना टाइम तो मिलता ही नहीं वो अकेले पकड़ लेते उसको
And he made the
हाँ।
hero play too, hiding
हेलो
inside the
वो इधर कॉम्पी में पकड़ लेते इधर तो पकड़ ही लेते
make that round back in their favor. Bit of a missed input there from Jing. He threw another blast pack, stopped him from being able to shoot the showstopper, and offered Ethan a chance to win the round.
हाँ साइड घूम के गया ना
On the
देख
other side, they're doing the most for PRX when they need it.
adios
हाँ दिवस इधर दो कोच बैठे
एक असिस्टेंट रहेगा अरे
No breaks in the play.
Nice try.
No pauses here. Straight out the replay.
भाई 2 अल्टी मार चुका है ये तीसरा अल्टी बना रहा है
It's the mound control
8 राउंड में 2 अल्टी
taken up.
अभी रेस का इतना बड़ा अल्टी है
Trailblazer and Boombot again used together.
नाइस फ्लैश
Snakebite to try and push them back once more, but saw that Utah cleaving through. It's forced
अभी ये लोग बी पे कितना प्ले बना रहे हैं
B. EG corralled into the corner onto one extremities, cage to get them in and cross up. Again, a potential sightline where
हमार
somebody could be there.
एक और
Have you overstepped your boundaries? It's the 1-2 punch. and the
ट्रेड्स नहीं बाबा
double down. It's 3 versus 3. Divide. Left to hold down.
थोड़ा ओवर कमिट हो गया।
Attempt at the flank.
ओवर कमिट भी हो गया और दवाई का लर्क भी पता चल गया है अब
Look likely. Have to give it up. Can't play this one together.
Serious
और अगर दवाई का लर्क
The positioning now of these players, it should be more predictable. Smoke onto the defuse.
Nice.
Bustio should be granted half. Mind Freak has found the first. Half on
आ
time.
जाएगा।
Time is
नाइस
नाइस वन
नाइस।
collapse onto them. PRX
सीजीआरएस का पोजीशनिंग अच्छा था
7-2 being that scoreline. This
एक
is slowing
सीजीआरएस का
down
मीम
once
आया था, एवरी कंटेंट क्रिएटर आफ्टर सीजीआरएस, और नीचे बंग्स भाई।
all of the close moments. Somebody on PRX steps it up.
अबे लेकिन सीजीआरएस ने पता है टू बी ऑनेस्ट बताओ मजाक से हटके अगर ध्यान दिया रहता ना बाहर के दुनिया पे
Who was instructed to keep providing those
तो नहीं खेल पाता था ही जस्ट ग्राइंडेड विद द टीम मतलब बाहर ट्विटर पे कितना ट्रोल हुआ है सीजीआरएस
हाँ ऑब्वियसली ब्रो, होगा ही। इफ यू आर प्लेइंग अ कंटेंट क्रिएटर एज अ प्रोफेशनल, होगा ही वो।
लेकिन परफॉर्म करने के बाद कुछ नहीं होगा
हाँ वो है, फिर परफॉर्म करने के बाद भर भर के अप्रिसिएशन मिलेगा कि भाई कंटेंट क्रिएटर हो गया, प्रो
इतना इतना अच्छा खेल रहा है नाइस रेडी मन
ठीक है यार मेरा।
वो भी एंट्री करके मारा है भी घुस गया था वो देख किधर था
है ना, बी की सिटी में मरा वो।
Yeah, he's going to be so aggressive on the lurk in these kind of situations.
स्मोक नहीं है अब अपने पे
Hyper aggressive too. There was pressure towards A and C, so he decided just to go in on B through the kill.
बाहर निकलेगा कांटेक्ट पे
spot. That baits in the push from Forsaken.
पहले ही निकल गया
This is going to be so hard to play without
अरे
smokes.
ये मेरे को ये बी का सेटअप छापना पड़ेगा
Out again, a familiar play that we've seen once before. Demon 1.
ये देख तीसरा अल्टी
Showstopper from
अरे यूसी
misses the rocket.
दो यूसी हो गए हैं
Plan from the wingman, dodging
नाइस।
एक नंबर
claim the first. 2 more to deal with.
अरे आंटी
Spike planted. Demon 1.
नो वरीज 3-7 स्टिल अ गुड राउंड
No time to react to that.
So EG
क्या
finally
ढूंढ
get
रहे
their
हैं?
first gun round on the board. A reminder that they were
अच्छा इसको बुला रहा था
beasting PRX in
तू
terms
कर
of
ले
gun rounds to gun rounds in half one. And now it's flipped on its head. It's still worrying for
अबे
EG
लेकिन ये लोग क्या भाई ये लोग लैंड पे बैठे बैठे क्या क्या बकचोदी करते हैं बे? कभी कोई गाना गाता है कभी क्या
relying on the killjoy utility.
मे बी वो सब प्रेशर को रिलीज करने के लिए, द क्राउड प्रेशर।
Still not content with how
ये लोग को अब मेरे को नहीं लगता क्राउड प्रेशर के नाम पे कुछ लगता रहेगा मतलब
Jing is just throwing one name.
हो गया जितना लगना था ना सबको लॉक इन में लग गया पता है
There's got to be a jump.
लॉक इन वाज दी वर्स्ट
It's going to drop back.
पर हर कोई बोला है कि लॉक इन में सबसे वर्स्ट क्राउड आया था
2 rounds left and a half. 2 more chances.
एंड लव डिजर्व टू लूज ओवर देयर
CGRS has the thrash online.
बिकॉज ऑफ द क्राउड पीपल सेड कि लाउड को हारना चाहिए था होम टीम के सामने होम क्राउड के सामने होम टीम हारे
And you tend to be more split up.
तो बजना बंद करेगी क्राउड
Shock now.
200 HP. Difficult target to chew through. To pause in a play once more. Contacting. It's the name of the game.
गाइस 3-7 क्या लगता है फाइनल स्कोर लाइन क्या होगा प्रेडिक्ट कर
With the util brought back online. Here's a nade over the top with the showstopper. Not quite a showstopper.
गलत था ये फ्लैश
उसका टिप
Ground.
ऊपर चढ़ना था वो ऊपर चढ़ ही नहीं पाया
Get a bit of a punch.
है ना।
Whiff. Spike has been planted, so into the post plant we go with PRX.
वो मरेगा जो भी उधर है।
Couple of layers.
बच
भाई
गया।
शॉट रेजिंग
Well, look at that.
Nice
Shut
shot.
down immediately.
He looks so sharp.
Towards the back of the side. Can they
Andy.
remove him? They can indeed, but they have so much more to get through. Towards the
बोस्टियो
connector.
से दो मर गए
Decent job of things. He's already
बोस्टियो
halfway
स्टिक
over.
कर रहा है
Into the connector. He goes.
गया
How
round.
it through. Busio, he will not be denied. And EG collect themselves a nice little round there. 4-7. The setup there, PRX.
8-4, let's go for 8-4.
Try and push them away from it.
Yeah, EG were retaken with 4 players coming from drop. Bustio with a major 2K. Caught off screen,
8-4
but he's top fragging
मैं
now
कुछ
for
ऑर्डर
EG.
करता हूँ भाई मंग खाने के लिए
Replay. Here he is
ये
coming
मैं
through
ये
with
मैं
the
आपके
one
नहीं ये
name.
अभी ऑर्डर कर लेता हूँ
CGRS.
ये मैं आप तक आ जाएगा
It's on the diffuse, and it's not the greatest plant in the world. Wingman taking that into a bit of a difficult spot.
पड़ी पड़ी डीमन को पड़ी।
इतना स्पैम हो रहा है
Spam on the attack side. You can see that line of sight.
4 सेकंड बोलता मैं भी कर लेता हूँ
Demon 1's dropped down. Has to return back for the heal.
Say little
Here.
homie.
Now you're setting up for CGRS with the ult. Fresh in his hands. Unleash now, paving the way to try and take this side up, but already lots of players grouped up. EG, 3 of them. It's PRX who want to try and take it in a different direction. Good paranoia. Cuts its way across, no kill to be claimed. Spike still planted again. It's not a good spot for it, really. You can't really spam from this angle. Seeker's in his face. Com, well, he's grounded it. Near side, it does not matter. Judge in
भाई
hand. Shotguns versus shotguns.
मैं ऑर्डर करने गया ये क्या हो गया
Good trade, but Demon One is
गेम पलट गया.
He's low though. Has to back away. Someone has to get on this defuse. It's Ethan facing away. Back to the wall. Spam onto the corner. Will he go down?
लग गए.
Fall, he will not. It's coming
5 to
time,
7.
EG. That's a respectable finish to the round. Still down, 2-round deficit, but the half ends at least not in dire straits.
Yeah, EG have somehow saved this one. Ridiculous fashion these final 3 rounds. The Seeker caught Com inside the smoke. And yet, there's no way Jing is expecting him to still be in there, pushing forwards with a judge.
बारिश चालू हो गया मेरे इधर अच्छा है.
Defensive change up in the setup. Now we head into the next half, and it's actually fairly even.
Yeah.
Probably shouldn't be.
Fairly even chances here, of course. Let's send it down to Yinsu.
Thank you very much, guys. I'm joined by Benkai here. Now, Benkai,
कैसा change हो गया बे?
team before international tournaments. The first
Best
half,
bench
I think
player
was
in the
not
world.
the best, but this half has been a lot better. So talk me through what you made of this half.
I think we just caught EG really well with like the pace that we had at the start, like and our aggressiveness. It just feels like we've been pretty much doing the same thing, and it just seems to work. So they're just gonna run with that throughout the whole map, I think.
Now, for EG, they've never made a grand finals at an international tournament before, but you guys have. So what do you think that your boys need to do in this bestifier to make sure that they do make another final?
I think they just need to keep their spirits and their moods high, because the way that we made the finals last year in Copenhagen was we just had a really good mood and everyone was feeling really confident, which does seem like they're having the time of their lives right now, like no matter what the score is. So I'm not really that worried about them not taking the map.
खाने के लिए तो कुछ ऑर्डर नहीं मिला. ढंग का बेटर है जूसेस मंगा लिए.
What's happening in the team right now in terms of the IGLing situation?
It sort of is everybody contributing at the same time. So each person will have their own input, like, oh, they are doing this at the start of the round. What can we do to prevent that from happening? And then they'll just form a plan around it together. So it's sort of like 5 people contributing together to make one round.
Wow, yeah. I mean, it's working right now. So thank you very much for joining me, Ben.
Yinsu है ना ये?
Yep, Yinsu Collins.
She's the girl of Boaster. पता है तेरे को ये?
बोस्टर की बंदी है वो.
ये लोग है ना ये वाले टाइम पे इतना ये लोग को ये होता है ना कि इसको इंटरव्यूज लेने पड़ते हैं. कभी कभी उनसे मतलब स्ट्रीम पे आता है ना ट्विच पे तो मैं सुनता हूँ. बोलती है इसके इंटरव्यू लेने के लिए मेरे को जाना पड़ता है.
Another pistol. They went 1 for 1 on map 1. And here
HP check 4 सेकंड का चालू हुआ नहीं गिर गया.
76 स्पैम खाया क्या?
हाँ पता. केजे से खाया भी हो सकता है.
हाँ मैं भी खाया रहेगा.
Oh nice fine freak. ये चाकू होता था अभी.
CGRS.
2v2. Nice.
Diffusing.
छोटू डिफ्यूजिंग भी डबल पिक आएगा और मर जाएगा. अबे पता है गेको मेरे को इसके लिए डिफेंस साइड पे बेस्ट लगता है. It's like
डिफ्यूज का बिठा दो हो गया.
2 बंदे अगर हो ना तुम तो डिफ्यूज के लिए भेजो और डबल पिक करके मार दो.
This round, CGRS combos the Dizzy with the flash excellently to put pressure on people as the plant is going down. Then he's picking up kills, and he makes things almost impossible for Demon One.
ए मैं 5 मिनट में आया.
आजा जल्दी आ.
I've been so impressed with how
खाना लेके आता.
आजा.
taken an agent that is seeing almost no playtime in competitive Valorant and pushing it right to the top. They're making a tournament run with a Gecko 1 trick.
Yep.
This is absurd. And it looks good.
You'll be seeing teams experiment, Josh. Listen, don't get too carried away.
We saw teams experiment. To me, that's one of the wildest parts. We saw teams try to run the Gecko and they failed.
Yeah.
Early on in
I
the
was mainly
season.
talking about the idea of running 5 content creators on a team.
Oh,
and
right.
playing it at pro level.
गाइस क्या लगता है फाइनल स्कोर लाइन जल्दी बोलो
Any more ideas? But
They'd love that.
yeah, I mean, they certainly would.
All right, so once more, both teams go 1 for 1 in pistols. And that's one of those strengths that I talked about for EG at the beginning of this tournament. It made them look utterly unstoppable.
Grouped up, gathered up. Trying to work their way into the side, smoke in their face. And with the Bulldog, it's
तीन मार दिया रे
3-1.
तीन मार दिया बाबा एक और राउंड था पति तो
He's saved his gun as well. Take it into the next.
Not the biggest ult in the world that you want to be generating, to be honest, but Mindfreak could be happy about it anyway. On the other side of things, Com is now 1 orb away from having his pit down. And if EG want any chance of being able to get back into this, they need to be leaning heavily into that ults generating, other ults generating rounds, the snowball, the avalanche. Com's actually playing this first part of the round alone, though.
ये राउंड में देखो गाइस क्या होने वाला है
Orb down, at least to give him an opportunity to
Ulti है नहीं
in the round. See
और दिलाओ वाइपर को अल्ट कराओ राउंड है
To set it up, smoked across and a flash in the face of Mindfreak. He has to get out. Gives up the angle. It's 2 trips to play off of.
So Com's going to take this orb. Those trips are going to be dangerous in this half. We saw teams try and run the raise to be able
Nice
to break
one.
those satchels.
देखा
so use
वाइपर को सी और दिला दिया
have a little bit of a
अभी
tough
बी
time, especially
भी
if
जा
they decide
सकते
to do something like pit into C. Those could be a big
इन्फो लेके आराम से भी जा सकते हैं
Around a minute mark.
अल्ट करके बढ़ियो
Line up for a bit of global pressure. So this Trailblazer and a snake bite. It's going to fake like they're taking it over towards A. The goal of this is to pull rotations back over towards that area of the map. It gives up C ever so slightly, but
ये पूरा खाली हो जाएगा
Jing looks like he wanted to. He's backing away, but again, now he's playing back towards C, still holding this paranoia, and here it is. Sails through. Honorable duck in his face. TP's
ठीक
back
है
up
माइंड
again.
से
An idea and approach. These trips, will anybody be able to play off of it? Satchel to the side.
फंसा और ट्रिप में फंसा
Them still. It's brute force. It's the name of the game for EG. Get themselves in, and the pit is down at their feet.
बोला ना सी पे अल्टी करेगा
Just as it blooms, and
पता था दोस्तों इतना वालों खेल लिया है रीड्स है
And I believe they're planted outside the pit there. Maybe I miss Zor.
well, maybe a chance for them to fight is low though. Can't quite get across there.
ठीक है सीजर टेक्स एटलीस्ट टेक वन
Bit of spam into the corner. 8 bullets left with the Bulldog. Just an impossibility with the Viper's pit in his face.
God,
Look
what
at
a
that gap as
setup.
well with the pit. I mean, there's a slightest gap there for Boostia to play in.
हिंटी
Adjustment, a flick to the side, it shuts it down. So 6-9. We said it was a must-win round for EG. Couldn't have let that one.
लेट्स गो
Let PRX get up to 10.
And they clearly had a game plan with that ultimate. I mean, that looks like a nerdy Viper ult.
30 seconds left.
Little gaps where they know how to support each other, how to be able to play in the post. Ethan, Com being able to play off each other immaculately there to trade out.
चौकी मत 4 फ्रैग पे है तो होना ही है वो कानो जिंग 17-11 पे माइंड फ्रिक 17-7 पे
PRX love getting aggressive in these kind of spots.
Making a go of it. So hard to try and punish a player.
They
in
didn't
spot, though.
realize. They didn't know that Boostio was around the corner. If Jing had known, that nade is going through and they are blast packing onto him almost 10 times out of 10, I think.
Boosty is able to escape. The damage being done to him, just the turret being broken. Nice mid-rounding from EG. Breaking a lot of the util. Cam was spotted out as well, which was broken. Dragging players over towards C, while the rest of the team now work and set their sights onto A.
And Ethan one away from his ultimate. With a little bit of A control, they might be able to grab some Seekers that would put enormous pressure on CGRS.
Goes broken. Trailblazer leads it in. This makes it feel like, I mean, it feels like they're almost just going.
I'm back, I'm back, I'm back.
but
आ जा
Bait CGRS to push through the smoke.
Still waiting. This smoke short.
अबे यार इतना वालों खेल लिया ना अब तो ये लोग के रीड्स ऐसा समझ में आने लगे
CGRS's head.
मतलब कि हाँ इधर से ये करेंगे, इधर से ये करेंगे, इधर से ये करके यहाँ पे साइड हिट है। हाँ टाइमिंग पकड़ा। ए प्लांट है, आराम से रिटेक कर सकते हो।
Forsaken's just missed his cam, I think.
एक दो फ्लैशेस है,
Or at least to give him some
फ्लैश करके टीपी मार।
There could be a player lurking through the main choke. It's an important fight to take. 3 players of PRX grouped up now.
Check.
Forsaken through, does not expect
मैं
it.
चेक करूँ क्या for a second?
Now, the entirety of EG set their sights towards the back of the site. Nade sails over the top. Davai finds the first onto just calm. Satchel plays in, but time is starting to run really short.
Save करो।
Locking it down for the tree. Angle flash in their face. Backed around Satchels. Full
बोल रहा
collapse.
हूँ सेव करो तो भी नहीं होता इनसे। एटलीस्ट सेव तो करते।
EG with an important one on the board here.
ये PRX का बाय था ना?
And knocking PaperX's economy down into the dumps. This is Zek off the Seekers.
सेव तो करते गाइस।
They increase the tempo, and in prior rounds they faked A control, and CGRS has used his utility to re-clear that
कोई
area.
नहीं।
And that's part of how PaperX have looked to generate their advantages.
क्या लगता है मैप 5 जाएगा?
Calling EG's bluff. That time CGRS, he was thinking about
नहीं
it,
शायद।
he saw him
मेरे को
inside
लग रहा है 3-1 हो जाएगा।
try and gain that info back for
3-1
his
होगा।
team. And he just
कोई भी फेवर में 3-1 हो जाएगा। मेरे को मैप 5 का कम चांस दिख रहा है। एंड आई होप सो 3-1 पेपर एक्स के फेवर में हो।
Losing grip ever so slightly on this half.
भाई इजी नहीं चाहिए फाइनल्स में। मैं क्या सपोर्ट करूंगा बे? फनाटिक को सपोर्ट क्या ही करना है बे?
absolutely anything with a PaperX timeout.
जिंदगी भर का दुनिया भर का सपोर्ट तो लेके बैठे हैं फनाटिक वाले।
Wonderfully crafted. I mean, really.
वो बूस्टर जो करता है ना बूस्टर,
Sometimes in these big matches, there is a single player that steps up. Forsaken said that it was him in that grand finals that they played, but they were crowned the victors over in Pacific.
देखो एक चीज पता है, इन पेपर एक्स जिंग एंड फोरसेकंड गेट्स द रिकॉग्निशन कॉज वो लोग राउंड में इतना ग्राइंड करते कि #1 #2 चलते ही रहते। तवाई आल्सो गेट्स रिकॉग्निशन। कुछ ना कुछ अच्छा करता है वो हर मैप में। CGRS कंटेंट क्रिएटर है, उसके लिए उसको रिकॉग्निशन मिल रही है। माइंड फ्रीक बेचारा अनसंग हीरो बन के ही रह जाता है।
उसको इवन VCT वालों ने भी ये किया था, लाइक आई ट्राई टू गिव हिम रिकॉग्निशन कि इंडोनेशिया से उनको पता ही नहीं कि वो है।
Quite early. In fact, if
नहीं सॉरी, नॉट इंडोनेशिया, आई गेस MYSG।
half by, so it's a good time to take risks.
MYSG सही है शायद।
हाँ, MYSG।
मैं बोल रहा हूँ ना, इवन देख समथिंग को उसका रिकॉग्निशन मिल गया कॉज डुअलिस्ट पहला रेना खेला, डुअलिस्ट खेल रहा था तो रिकॉग्निशन मिल गया।
Con was trying to backstab these B players.
अब 4 सेकंड कुछ भी खेले उसको रिकॉग्निशन मिलता ही है। नाउ ही इज प्लेइंग साइफर, हार्बर, ये सब खेल रहा है वो, फिर भी रिकॉग्निशन है ना। नाइस शॉट रे CGRS। एंटी क्या कहते हैं?
Very smartly played by Con.
अबे ये कोई हबी से पुश कर सकते हैं।
Viper works so well against PaperX. Just being able to vulnerable your opponents as they push you is a massive advantage. Didn't work out amazingly for Evil Genius.
मेरे को तो सही में लगता है जब भी इको रहेगा ना, कोई भी एक साइड 5 मैन कर लो, 5 मैन पुश कर दो, बस हो गया।
कुछ फ्लैग्स तो निकलेंगे और वैसे भी नहीं तो राउंड हारे रही हो।
It's good for information.
कॉज एक प्लेयर से होल्ड तो होगा नहीं।
Very versatile.
अभी
मैं तो मालूम है जब भी इको रहता है ना, मैं मोस्टली बेट ही करता हूँ। मैं मोस्टली बेट करता हूँ, सीरियस मैं बता रहा हूँ ना। मतलब मैं ऐसा चीके एंगल खेलूंगा एंड आई वोंट पीक टिल द टाइम कांटेक्ट पीक ना हो। तो जब तक कांटेक्ट पीक हो रहा है तब तक ठीक है। हाँ नाइस रेंज जी। लड़का डेड साइट मिल गया, आराम से रिटेक है, न्यूरल थ्रेफ्ट भी है, गेट क्वालिटी भी है और ये भी है।
पेनल्टी यार, ये राउंड नहीं हार सकते PaperX।
8-10 होना चाहिए। नाइस। हाँ इधर से अल्टी किया।
हाँ अल्टी गुजर गया।
अरे ये हवन विवन करवा रे जिंग भाई का।
आ गया राउंड आ गया।
अरे राउंड आ गया बट अल्टी भाई वो 8 पॉइंट का अल्टी है।
and spam on top of it. That is
काया तो
just
है नहीं जो तुम्हारा अल्टी गायब हो जाता है।
play. PaperX looked fabulous there.
काया किधर है?
They combined Trailblazer, Boombot, and Thrash together. So you can't possibly break them all. That gets them the opening into the site. And then the spam off the neural theft is... It's PaperX to a T.
Yeah, that is
It's
the life
unusual,
of
you don't think about it. Who else is playing Cypher on this map?
पेपर एक्स से कॉम्प आज तक भाई किसी को नहीं समझ में आया।
Aggression giveth and it taketh away.
Even
As he found one and then got
CGRS on Gecko, teams are thinking about Gecko कि भाई Gecko को काउंटर करना कैसे है? नाइस रे दवाई।
हाय डीमन।
मेरा मेरा
मजा आ गया।
मेरा पुत्र मैं ऐसा जेट खेलता हूँ।
मजा आ गया।
मैंने 2-3 गेम ही जेट खेला है मेरे पूरे इसमें।
अच्छा
पूरे वालों में 2-3 गेम ही जेट खेला हूँ। आई डोंट प्ले डुएलिस्ट, इतना माइंड से 4 मार गया। बट मेरा पुत्र ये क्या मस्त नाइफ चला है रे। एकदम मेरे जैसा।
मजा आया। देखो पता जब जो पुराने ये थे ना CS 1.6 वगैरह उसमें टाइम आउट का सिस्टम नहीं था ना, तो टीम्स क्या करते थे जब उनका इको रहता था टी स्पॉन में बैठते
पता है
थे
मेरे को, बात करते
और
थे।
हाँ और बात करते थे, वो राउंड को एज ए टाइम आउट यूज करते थे।
पता है मेरे को। कौन सा तो पर्ल पे भी कौन सी तो टीम टी स्पॉन पे बैठ गई थी ना, AFK वाला स्कैम किए थे, बोलते पांचों के पांचों टी स्पॉन बैठ जाओ। यार सिटी स्पॉन बैठ गए थे शायद।
हाँ मैंने सुना था वो बट देखा नहीं था।
वो मैंने देखा था, याद नहीं है मेरे को कौन सी टीम थी बट थी कोई तो।
Diligence, like you said, you know, that trap play that works in that instance right here, right now. Maybe because this is a big game, you know, you're in this new arena, thousands of people watching you. Lower bracket finals, no more second chances. Yeah.
लोअर ब्रैकेट का फाइनल दोस्तों।
PaperX baits you is that they do a lot of stuff that's based off timings and instinct.
1 बजे वे आउट का चौथा एपिसोड डाल रहा हूँ मैं, आ जाना देखने। मतलब स्ट्रीम पे रहोगे तो भागना, पहले वो देख के वापस स्ट्रीम पे आना। मेरे को लग रहा है स्ट्रीम पे ही रहोगे क्योंकि मैच तो जाने वाले।
मेरे को भी लग रहा है।
नो समथिंग नो प्रॉब्लम। भाई 4 अल्टी है, आराम से स्काई अल्टी करो इनिशियली।
Boostio's gone for an attacking operator to try and deal with what PRX are up to.
It's interesting.
अबे गेट वेट तोड़ देता है रे तो।
CGRS, he's posted up deep onto rubble.
I mean, this is exactly where the snakebite lineup goes if Com wants to send one in.
They do have util to clear it. At least the lineup in the back.
अब ये देख, यहाँ से इसने कुत्ता किया।
There is actually more of an aggressive fight happening over.
Now what I want is
full blind, still holding W, tucking himself into.
आगे जाओ।
Okay. Look at the disrespect being
पीजी के सिर्फ यूटिल वेस्ट हो रहा है।
बट जिंग हाँ देख अल्टी करेगा, शॉट बूस्ट हो। ये बहुत इजी राउंड है लोग के लिए।
looking for that information. Punish with the attack side up, so finally revealed. केजल्टी डाल के एंट्री कर लो।
Operator coming out.
Not expecting it.
Where are EG going with this? 45 seconds. It's time for a lockdown, and it looks like they're going to take B control.
मैं बोल रहा हूँ केजल्टी किया, बी पे एंट्री लिया। अभी अगर चाहिए तो वाइपर का अल्ट कमिट करवा के बी पे आराम से खेल सकते हो। भाई ये शॉट्स किधर से आ रहे थे?
वॉल बैंग।
मैं सोच रहा था पता है, मेरा दिमाग ही नहीं चल रहा था वॉल बैंग आ किधर से रहे। मैं क्या बोला था? 3 अल्टी है, पहले स्काई का अल्टी करेंगे, फिर केजे अल्टी करेंगे और वाइपर का अल्टी करके साइड लॉकडाउन कर लेंगे।
रीड है।
भाई यार क्या है ये, मतलब इतना गेम एनालाइज कर लिया है ना, बस एम और गेम सेंस कब आएगा रे भाई साहब?
आएगा।
एनालिसिस तो हो जाते हैं, एम और गेम सेंस ही नहीं आता।
कुछ बन जा।
मेरे को तो मेरे वीडियोस नॉर्डविन को पसंद आए, मतलब मेरे को मेल आया ना, मेरे को सेकंड मेल भी आया। Like they liked my that BGMI का analysis video, but they just said कि do more of these kind of things. ताकि क्या तेरा ये समझ में आएगा कि how can you do these things
Carried all the way forwards.
Okay.
more efficiently.
Narrowest of leads, still held by PRX, still in control.
And an operator on the field. For Devai over on the C site, not going to be contested early. Instead, the clash at Rubble.
The shot ray.
And it's Boostio's op that comes out on top.
So flash over the top that was not deaded. CGRS was trying to play anti.
बोस्टियो की ऑफ काउंटर नहीं हो रही अब 2 राउंड हो गए
Sacrificial trailblazer just goes to take the trip. And now that forces PRX to go for info peaks.
Not what you want to do when you're up against the operator.
Not at all.
ट्री पे प्रेशर अरे बनेगा चलो
Crazy, man. I mean, he spots it. And there it is.
तो यार 2-2 मार रहा है
Collection. Now when he opened though, he had util in his hands and the cage cut him up from the rest of his team. There was no follow-up. Forsaken tucks himself into the corner.
No way.
Into the box. Is this going to get cleared? Some level of foresight.
नाइस शॉट रहता है
And a re-swing.
ओ एंटी फॉर सेकंड है
Forwards, maybe not intended. Jogamo, he's got his
2v1 winnable
in the moment. 40 seconds in the round. Plenty of time to take a breather, but they opt to take the spike and get the plant anyway.
winnable
V2.
Giving away his position with the flash.
Yeah, and he's only got the op to do it. Smoke in his face.
paranoia भी आ गया
Sensory deprivation. Doesn't know where they are. Silent drop down. Still contacting. I don't think they saw him cross here.
ट्री पे कोई नहीं है
Watch for.
अब आएगा
Guy's got util, but does he choose to use it? Ult popped off.
Clearing
Cleared
back
through
side.
into the back.
देख लिया
Pinged out. I think they know the device here. Tap onto it. It's a weird plant location.
ठीक है मर जाओ मैं बोलता ऑफ दे भी मत
Perfectly sound baiting, perfectly noise baiting. There was no tap from Devi.
मैं तो ये सोच रहा है स्पाइक से मरेगा
From EG, but they chose to take the fight
ऑफ
anyway.
नहीं देगा
EG pick another one out and drop PRX's economy down into rough territory. Not impossible. But ever since Boostio has gotten this operator online, EG have found victories out of it. I think it tames Boostio a little bit too. Some of his lurk timings have been overly aggressive. Trying to
अबे भाई ये बूस्टियो की ऑफ का कुछ करो बे
into contestation on
यहाँ तो यूटिल्स डाल के कंट्रोल लो
and now he's been able to find a lot of good
मैं भी एक टाइम आउट लेके आया
It's also slowed their tempo down.
देख क्या
Instead of
क्या
react to PRX, they can control it and fight purely for map control. Going into some kind
गाइस ये मैप के बाद भी थोड़ा जाऊंगा मैं
towards the site.
मैप मैप ही रहूंगा
40 seconds, something like that on the clock.
It's just like I can't sit right now भाई बहुत नींद आ रहा है
Everything used. You've got to bring this one over the line. Best of 5, sure, but you don't want to go 2 maps down in the series. Not when this one was so winnable.
PRX would not be unfamiliar with being 2 maps down in the VO5 and coming away with the win anyway. If you recall, they are the first team in VCT history
गाइस मैं आता है
reverse sweep a
बेल बजा
VO5. Previously saw it in Game Changers, but it took up until the Pacific Grand Finals against DRX for a reverse sweep to happen in this circuit.
कोई दिक्कत नहीं
So they know they can do it. You'd never want to be in that spot though. No. Especially when this has been your map pick to start the series.
Stinger let's go Stingers for the win
10 to 11.
That's close. That's trying to catch Mind Freak on the jiggle.
More than dangerous. Push is like, I think I'll take this. Okay.
While facing away to dodge any kind of
Yeah.
trap flash setup. Though having said that, not as good against a paranoia, which is frequently used in that kind of position.
The Stingers.
चले
GRS. Deep flash. They know that nobody's tucked behind the box.
And Boostio's going around the map,
सारे अल्टॉप्स लेगा
covering up the ult orbs.
And one more left to gain. This game plan. Got to be aware of it, but I don't think PRX really have any of the tools, high pen weapons to try and do damage to it. Could be aware of this one though.
ये भी इसके में मॉली लाइनअप है
Mosh pit.
दोनों अपने अपने लाइनअप्स लेके आएंगे
I don't know.
अबे यार ये पक्का पोकेमॉन ही लगता है बे
Ult orb, it must be. Where's the contact for that?
हैं?
Not too sure. Here's
ओ पकड़ा
Lex onto a
नाइस
अबे 4 सेकंड अभी मरता था मालूम है बिना लिए मरता था
absolutely turned EG into mincemeat.
We were wondering how on earth they were going to
Mind Freak का game है।
picking up that final ult.
मिल जाएगा माइंड फ्रिक को एक बार खरा तो पक्का।
Dizzy through the tiniest
उसका
margin
पूरा उसका
over
game।
the top into the ceiling. Mind Freak.
अब ये पता चल गया।
Smoke, lets them cross in. Paranoia up. There's no real time
अरे,
to play with. Through the smoke, comes still
उसका
lands
game
the
था
shot.
यार।
Where's the spike? It's in his hands and he needs to plant it now. He's
भी
just
मुश्किल है।
Plant तो हो जाएगा।
so damn short, but I think they've just got enough to extend it. Brought it into it. Yeah. Here's
बट
the
आई थिंक सो 2 राइफल्स है ना।
still in the hands of
बट
Demon.
ऑफ लगा के बैठा है ना ये डिमन।
Right for him, pushing deep into the spawn now, over the top, over the heads, Dizzy, lands Jing, he has a
हो
spot.
गया। मैंने को क्या बोला?
Commas looks right
आप लगा के बैठा है रीटेक पे आप काम नहीं आएगी। ये देखो ये मार देगा तो को।
Leave it. It's
किसी को नहीं पता वो सीटी है।
He knows it. Com may have just made a massive play.
Oh.
हक दिया हक दिया हक दिया हक दिया।
Has to go for the reload. Another tap forcing it. Snake bite doesn't know if it connects. Has to be a wide face. How about the
Nice.
बोला ना हक दिया। और सीटी पीक दे के हक दिया।
God, what a chance.
है ना।
एक मारा होता ना उसपे।
It's by Com.
If you would have killed one,
to try and win the clutch there. But credit has got to go for
फिर वो
Paper X
मॉली पे खेल
for
सकता
that
था।
trap play that we witnessed over towards A.
अरे एक मार ही देता मैं तो बोलता भाई ये कहाँ ये मैं भी करूँगा अब नेक्स्ट।
Dizzy combo with flash. They
समझा
open the
ए
door
मेन
with
के लिए
Val.
इधर से फ्लैश कर
Players
सकते हो।
pushing through the breakable door, which was softened up earlier on.
Yeah, that's what 1,000 hours a gecko looked like apparently.
ए मेन के लिए ये फ्लैश कर सकता है भाई सीखने को बहुत मिलता है ये लोग के मैचेस देख के।
You look at Tab, you see Boostio's taken 1 ult orb, 2 ult orbs, you know he's going A.
नाइस फ्लैश
Precipice for the map.
नाइस नेट रबल क्लियर रबल का कंट्रोल मिला नाइस।
Boostio does not know which way to stand.
That's the lockdown gone.
Yep.
Made to look silly.
नाइस दबा।
नाइस शॉट।
They left.
सब
Scramble.
सब यूटिल एक साथ फेंक दे।
Divide with the operator straight down mid. It's EG that are being picked apart here.
देखा दवाई को अभी यूटिल्स बदलते।
You go one way as an operator. You
पहले हील लाया फिर कुत्ता लाया फिर फ्लैश लाया।
cross section of wires into traps. All you got to do is drop down.
So-
वापस ही उसी।
Around the side, Ethan's there. Jogman forwards. Can they really make something of this? Trailblazer round the side. It can't-
यार ये क्या थ्रो है?
कांड हो गया भाई ये राउंड में तो कांड हो गया है।
How has this turned?
ये कैसे गया राउंड?
Inside Jogman.
ये
भाई
राउंड
भी था।
ये राउंड में कांड हो गया है अब बूटी जाता है।
For the map. They want to see the extension in play. CJRS pushing through the smoke.
भाई भी थ्री तरह यार कैसे गया?
गोइंग ओटी गोइंग ओटी गोइंग ओटी।
What was that from EG?
A small smile on the
ऑफ
face
बाय
of
किया है।
Ethan. He knows that they've just absolutely robbed Paper X. Forsaken was in his cam watching all of this happen. How have those bullets gone through that wall to kill Jing? And then all of the aggression.
मेरे को यही नहीं समझ में आता जिंग की सारी यूसीज कैसे हुई है बे ये मैप पे
That's masterful.
इतनी सारी।
Top Paper X down into a shoddy buy for this, the final round of regulation, all on the line.
What a chance that's been slipped out of the fingers of Paper X.
स्टिंगर्स मिली है शी बे क्या चांस था और क्या हो गया है।
Seek to punish. Still the turret in their face. What are they waiting for? They hear the Trailblazer.
फ्लैश दे के पिक कर।
Enough to push this one back, but still holding this paranoia. Ping onto the corner.
I mean, the traps have worked.
But what are they hunting
Pick
for?
it.
Flash.
Nice.
One face and swing. It's collected. Well, it's just about landing.
Come too slow. That one just taken off for timing.
पे ए अभी ए हेवी मत करना सी हेवी रखो।
What a way to get rewarded with one of the very few rifles you really had. Maybe there's a chance now. Big player advantage.
2 राइफल्स और 2 स्टिंगर है।
A lot of the initiative that's going to be in this round is going to be taken away from them. You don't have your jet player.
It's not a disaster just yet. They have lockdown seekers to work with.
Seeker is Ethan trying to make this one feel like a
No.
hit. Breaking through the door, following up behind it. It's not too much else pushed up behind. Only the Seekers though, they have pulled players all the way into spawn. I mean, Paper X are just collected there.
ये भी घुस जाएंगे ये लोग।
Seconds remaining, and it's the double back, the double fake. EG are running right into this one. It's being read by Paper X, so the Seekers are their own. It's spelled out disaster.
भी घुस जाएंगे ये लोग
Has to
मोस्टली।
be used to clear this one forwards.
मेरे को पता था ये लोग भी घुसने वाले हैं।
An opportunity and a chance to Seiken. Seeking to take the
4v4 का रीटेक विद वीकर वेपन्स अल्टी टूटा बट
बंदा भी टूटा है।
मैं बोला ना ओटी जा रहा है समझ में आ गया था वो राउंड जीतते समझ में आ गया था ओटी जा रहा है और ये मैप जाएगा ये मैप जाएगा PRX के हाथ से। बस मेरा जितना रीड है ना
defuse. Started by the wingman. No
Atti.
damage enough done. The shorties, they break it down. Having a defuse. Maybe an opportunity.
मेरा जो रीड है ना उसे सबसे के मैप जा रहा है PRX के हाथ से।
यार वो 5v3 कैसे थ्रो
ज्यादा नहीं चाहिए बट जाएगा।
Round 23, sorry. And then immaculate calling from Boostio. That is mastermind.
कौन जो मोमेंटम मिला ना EG को उधर से।
Finessed them there. The Hive Mind was able to take down the Mastermind just for PRX to get into this match. But that was a beautiful round from EG to be able to get them into overtime. Pushing and pulling. And the 7-5 half ended up getting recovered.
Breaking at the fourth wall there, but here we go, getting into OT. 12 to 12. EG to pull off something ridiculous to even make it possible. PRX.
This is a different setup, Brent. We talked about how EG adjusted their defense in order to start winning those 3 rounds at the end of the first half. Now Boostio's hard
My एक second
with all of his killjoy utility here. I don't think he did this once.
Double door here, Boostio's trying to get his eyes on the traces. Bit of counter spam maybe in order, but no kills to be found, no damage either. The nanoswarms are already been cleared. It's the bait and switch, and they wait out the utilities.
आ गया। nice ping। nice।
आ गया राउंड आ गया
हो गया। चल let's go।
In the blink of an eye.
Oh.
So clean, Jogamo seeking to deny. There's the plan, disrupted with 2 kills there. Dodge.
नेड में टिप गया वो
Will not let him get away with it.
ठीक है मारा प्लांट किया।
TikTok Omen put to bed.
TikTok Omen put to bed।
Closes the round to get PRX.
भाई लोग जो बोलते हैं कभी-कभी ऐसा लगता है कि हाँ
You can feel it, they are fired up for this.
Can't believe the movement here. I mean,
What an entry. Yo, what? I mean, it's 2 improbable entries, one after another. Just to break PRX in.
yeah, and no one's ready for it. No one can trade it. Paid out an Anaswar.
चलो यार क्लोज करो मैप क्लोज करो चलो।
Right back into it. PRX now again. One more chance.
Devi's got an op over at C. Their Sky player has bought an op in overtime.
मैप क्लोज करो फटाफट अभी हो गया भाई। दवाई पे ऑफ है दवाई कम से कम 3 मार दे काम खत्म।
Hopping away here. I'm gonna break away from the action. Here's a mosh pit. Wingman round to the side. That's a snake bite.
क्यों?
This aggression this time.
ये बिना यूटिल्स का कौन सा अग्रेशन था?
वर्षों करने क्यों पिक किया ड्राई
हाँ भाई बोल रहा हूँ ना बिना यूटिल्स का कौन सा अग्रेशन था?
Kills collected. Mindfreak pushing through the smoke though.
उसके पीछे ये भी क्या CGRS
मेरे को लगता है ये पुश पता है क्यों किया रहेगा? फ्लैश में कोई डिटेल फ्लैश किया ही नहीं ना इसने फ्लैश।
हाँ अरे
सीजीआरएस
कुछ
ने
यूटिल नहीं उसकी यहाँ
Did you really want to go in?
पूरा ड्राइव पिक किया उन्होंने
See the diligence. Just using that util against the box there. Onto the close corners in case somebody was hiding.
They know the positioning of Mindfreak roughly. He gave it away with the paranoia about 5 seconds ago.
30 seconds left, Josh. They're going into B here, into the connector.
Nice.
He hasn't been dealt with. Still has a nade and a satchel. Jing, he's
Nice.
Oh my
He's taking a second kill away from. Satchel's still there. Nade on top.
अभी तो घुसने देगा नहीं है। गाना ए
ये पे जाना मुझे नाइस माइंड फ्रेक
नाइस वन
आ गया राउंड आ
मार
गया
दिया।
जी
नहीं 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 स्टिल लूजेबल है स्टिल लूजेबल है।
नहीं हो गया लेट्स गो
अब हो गया फोड़ के मार के निकाल दिया। लेट्स गो ब्रो लेट्स गो। तो भाई बहुत गंदा खेले पता है इनिशियली 4 सेकंड और सीजीआरएस। मैं राउंड जीतने पे कभी नहीं ये होता मेरे को प्ले अच्छा चाहिए। इट्स ऑलवेज लाइक कि तुम्हारा अगर मैप प्ले अच्छा है ना तो यू कैन डू एनीथिंग बट इफ यू कांट हैव अ गुड प्ले चलो भाई लोग ये मैप के बाद अब अगले मैप में मिलते हैं।
यस
थोड़ा टाइम दो मेरे को भी मैं भी थोड़ा पौड़ी फ्री आउट करके आ जाता हूँ।
हाँ चलेगा।
धड़कन ये कहती है दिल तेरे बिन धड़के ना, एक तू ही यार मेरा, मुझको क्या दुनिया से लेना। धड़कन ये कहती है दिल तेरे बिन धड़के ना, एक तू ही यार मेरा, मुझको क्या दुनिया से लेना। तू ही वजह तेरे बिना बेवजह बेकार हूँ मैं, तेरा यार हूँ मैं, तेरा यार हूँ मैं। यारे जो भी तूने कैसे किया रे, जिया को मेरे बांध ऐसे लिया रे, समझ के भी ना समझ मैं सकूं। आंखें ये कहती है तू सामने मेरे रहना, एक तू ही यार मेरा, मुझको क्या दुनिया से लेना। बहकी सी बातें कर ले, हंस हंस के आंखें भर ले, ये बेहोशियां फिर कहाँ। तुझ में खोया रहूं मैं, मुझ में खोई रहे तो खुद को ढूंढ लेंगे फिर कभी। आजा लड़े फिर खिलौनों के लिए, तू जीते मैं हार जाऊं। आजा करें फिर वही शरारतें, तू भागे मैं मार खाऊं। तुझ में रात मेरी, तुझ में दिन मेरे, लम्हा एक जीऊं ना मैं तो बिन तेरे। है तेरे साथ सफर, जाना मुझे है किधर, के बीत जाए तुझ में ये उम्र। मेरे काम का जग सारा हो बस तेरे नाम से ही गुजारा। उलझ के यूं ना सुलझ मैं सकूं। तुझ में खोया रहूं मैं, मुझ में खोई रहे तो खुद को ढूंढ लेंगे फिर कभी। तुझसे मिलता रहूं मैं, मुझसे मिलती रहे तो खुद से हम मिलेंगे फिर कभी। हाँ फिर कभी। जुबानियाँ तेरी झूठी भी सच लागे, तू मेरा कोई ना होके भी कुछ लागे। जाते नहीं कहीं रिश्ते पुराने, किसी नए के आ जाने से। जाता हूँ मैं तो मुझे तू जाने दे, क्यों परेशान है मेरे जाने से। धड़कन ये कहती है दिल तेरे बिन धड़के ना, एक तू ही यार मेरा, जे तेन धूप लगे आवे तो मैं छाँव बन जावा तेरी खुशियों के खातिर मैं सारे जग से लड़ जावा तू जो नजरों के सामने कल होगा नहीं तुझको देखे बिन मैं मर ना जाऊं कहीं है मेरी यही आरज़ू कि तेरा ही मैं साथ दूं तेरा बन के रहूं सदा मैं परछावां तुझको भूल जाऊं कैसे माने ना मनाऊं कैसे तू बता रोके ना रुके तू मेरी हीर में तेरा रांझा करता हूँ मैं तुझसे ये वादा तेरे बगैर ना कोई दूजा सोनिए कि तेरे लिए दुनिया छोड़ दी है तुझ पे ही सांस आके रुके मैं तुझको कितना चाहता हूँ ये तू कभी सोच ना सके बात दिल की नजरों ने की सच कह रहा तेरी कसम मन मस्त मगन बस तेरा नाम दोहराए मन मस्त मगन बस तेरा नाम दोहराए कुछ भी नहीं है ये जहां है तो है इसमें जिंदगी अब मुझको जाना है कहाँ के तू ही सफर है आखिरी तू मेरी हीर में तेरा रांझा करता हूँ मैं तुझसे ये वादा तेरे बगैर ना कोई दूजा सोनिए तू मेरी हीर में तेरा रांझा चाहूँ तुझे मैं खुद से भी ज्यादा मैं एक प्यासा तू नीर बन जा सोनिए तेरे बिन अब ना लेंगे एक भी दम तुझे कितना चाहने लगे हम मन मस्त मगन बस तेरा नाम दोहराए मन मस्त मगन बस तेरा नाम दोहराए तेरे साथ हो जाएंगे खत्म तुझे कितना चाहने लगे हम दूरी मैं मिटाऊं कैसे माने ना मनाऊं कैसे तू बता रोके ना रुके मेरी हीर में तेरा रांझा करता हूँ मैं तुझसे ये वादा तेरे बगैर ना कोई दूजा सोनिए तू मेरी हीर में तेरा रांझा चाहूँ तुझे मैं खुद से भी ज्यादा मैं एक प्यासा तू नीर बन जा सोनिए क्यों खुदा ने दी लकीरें जिसमें जाहिर नाम नहीं तेरा लिख रहा हूँ दर्द सारे यूं तो शायर नाम नहीं मेरा चाहिए किसी साए में जगह चाह बहुत बार है ना कहीं कभी मेरा दिल लगा कैसा समझदार है इतना भी क्या बेवफा कर रात भर दिल ये रोता है असल में ओ मेहरबान क्या मिला यूं जुदा होके असल में तुम नहीं हो मेरे तुम नहीं हो मेरे तुम नहीं हो मेरे ही हो मेरे तुम नहीं हो मेरे तुम नहीं हो मेरे तुम नहीं हो मेरे ही हो मेरे फिर तुम्हें याद मेरी आए पलकों से जुल्फ हटा लेना साफ देखूंगा मैं तुमको वहीं जो ना देखूं तो बता देना मोहब्बत हो गई थी दोनों को एक अरसा हो गया मेरा इश्क था दो तरफा अब एक तरफा हो गया मोहब्बत हो गई थी दोनों को एक अरसा हो गया मेरा इश्क था दो तरफा अब एक तरफा हो गया बारिशों में जब याद आते हो तुम भीग जाता हूँ मैं मुस्कुराते हैं गम में ज़मीं की तरह तरसा हूँ प्यार तो बादलों की तरह लौट आओ सनम बारिशों में जब याद आते हो तुम भीग जाता हूँ मैं मुस्कुराते हैं मुझे खोने के बाद एक दिन तुम मुझे याद करोगे फिर देखना मिलने की मुझसे तुम फरियाद करोगे मुझे खोने के बाद एक दिन तुम मुझे याद करोगे फिर देखना मिलने की मुझसे तुम फरियाद करोगे तुम नहीं हो मेरे तुम नहीं हो मेरे तुम नहीं हो मेरे नहीं हो मेरे तुम नहीं हो मेरे तुम नहीं हो मेरे तुम नहीं हो मेरे
चलो 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 क्या कॉम्प है इनका डबल डुएलिस हो गया
ओ सोनिए तेरा मेरा साथी ही रहना हुआ है आज पहली बार जो ऐसे मुस्कुराया हूँ तुम्हें देखा तो जाना ये कि क्यों दुनिया में आया हूँ ये जाने करके जा मेरी तुम्हें जी
गाइस यार ये तो मैप शुरू हो गया और हम आ गए एक एक पिक भी निकल गया
जी
मेरा जूस अभी तक नहीं आया पता है सेकंड मैप के इस पे स्टार्ट किया था बारिश की वजह से इतना लेट कर रहा है वो नाइस रे सीजीआरएस स्काई
या
भाई कुछ और ही खिला लेते कोई खिला लेते ये 1v2 निकाला ना इसने भाई मजा आ जाएगा
8 seconds left. Plant.
मरने वाला है
Time to at least tap it and explore a little bit.
मर गया,
before
मर गया।
shuts that one all the way down. 3 in a round for him.
EG pick up a pistol. They've been split very even in this match so far. But the big thing to me is how much value EG were able to generate from taking these fights over towards Heaven. I mean, Com gets one in that spot and then Boostio picks up another. PRX are
अबे या तो इसको फेक टैप करना चाहिए था
timings to pressure the A Heaven
हाँ
players as they
फिर
would
करके सिटी वाले को उड़ाता था
पर पता नहीं था सिटी से बंदा आ रहा है
EG able to pick it up even without Ethan being online, giving them that constant info. Jing has a shorty and a blast pack. Where are you off to?
Yeah, what could he do with it?
What kind of mischief can you get yourself into?
Usually, we have to do a bit of damage. That's a team flash. Okay.
And he dies.
Yeah, walking right into it.
तो मार दिए.
Having a go of it with a Marshall purchase.
Well, it's a good job you
छी,
didn't expect him to do anything.
ये कौन सा पिट था?
PRX falling flat on the face.
The double pick the
But this is actually going to offer EG a great opportunity.
nice shot रे दवाई. दवाई की शेरिफ से
Oh,
शेरिफ
nice.
Fairly clean.
एक नंबर है माइंड फ्री.
This doesn't look so clean anymore, does it?
Yeah, shot to the leg. Mindfreak survives.
But low है ये.
Oh,
ऐ थी.
NG.
enough damage done that, yeah, should be easily done, and there it is. So, more kills collected.
That's knowing edge.
Good enough with 3 players surviving.
Yeah, that's not too bad at the end. I mean, it could have been immaculate, but not so bad. And 3 Spectres prioritized here. So, EG have so many different ways that they can play around. I mean, both teams do. They're playing mirror comps, right? But especially on defense side, EG are going to put a premium on fighting over mid in a lot of these situations. But that does rely on Jorgamo. And instead, it looks like EG, 2 out of 3 rounds, they've been trying to fight a ramp to start. Maybe this is part of the preparation that Potter's got them looking at. Because they're bang on the money here. This is exactly where PRX are also stacked up.
मालूम पड़ेगा कि 4 बंदे हैं, इधर 3-4 बंदे हैं तो निकल जाएंगे.
Player there, grouped up. Set the sights now with a Trailblazer.
Pulse will go. Oh, for a second.
With a judge.
5 HP मारा यार.
He's going for more.
कोई बात नहीं. चल 2v2 good trades.
Play and Defy on the lurk.
एक नंबर रे दवाई.
Demon one, but only just managed to avoid getting assassinated by
हो सकता है.
flying judge jet player.
Jing might have overstepped himself though.
हो भी सकता है, रीटेक भी हो सकता है. 2v2 है.
Into that 2 versus 2. CGRS.
CGRS के ऊपर है. निकाल लिया.
Doesn't clear it. Not appropriately at least. Buying time. Boostio left alone here. Has to make footsteps.
Nice.
Nice one.
Away. CGRS.
भाई CGRS को पूरा कॉन्फिडेंस आ गया, पता है?
Of that spike.
In the clutch again. In the clutch again, he delivers. He's so good for it. And every time he wins one of those, it's got to be a massive confidence booster. Realizing that you can win. But here's that play from Forsaken. Updraft dash into heaven. Catching the
मैं क्या बोला? भाई कास्टर वही बोलता है जो मैं बोलता हूँ.
नाम में ही है वेनम कास्टर.
तो कास्ट किया है ना इतना कुछ तो वो पता है. बहुत कुछ कास्ट किया है.
No relenting for it. Similar scenes.
बीजीएमआई बैन नहीं हुआ रहता तो अभी मैं भी नॉर्डविन में कास्ट कर रहा रहता.
Double satchel play. Jing's already in their face. Trailblazer on the back.
ठीक है.
Where's the punch?
Charge.
ए शॉट रे.
Making a mark. No
ए
way.
हील कर रे.
Jorgamo was hoping to punish that.
दवा आल्सो गेट्स वन.
Brought down anyway. Here we go.
उईश
Good timings.
बुरा लगा रे.
Be careful. Gotta be certain of this one. Could not adjust it with a spray down.
अबे ये लोग पता है जल्दी ट्रेड्स लेते हैं ना, इक्वेट कर लेते हैं.
Players up and abound. This is brought to a 2 versus 2.
Big timing from Boostio there. And he's watching for Jing.
ई हां नाइस.
Still wins the duels, man. He's so keen. And
देख लिया
Even
यार.
when you know he's gonna win, it doesn't mean you can stop
बट शायद कॉम को नहीं पता है.
नहीं कॉम को नहीं पता लेकिन माइंडफ्रीक को पता है. सैम.
हाँ.
Looks like we seen quite a lot of action, but still 50 seconds remaining in the
आई डोंट वांट ये लोग हेवन से बीच चले जाए. ये चाहिए तो इधर ही प्लांट करके बैठ जाए.
side into the corner, gets that plant out.
But Jing chooses not to. Jing's hiding in hell.
ओह.
अबे पोजी मिल गई. शॉट.
Way, what a pre-fire. Comes brought it to
ओह भाई ये कैसे निकला?
राउंड थ्रो कर दिया.
unbelievable. Finalized it with the shot. That's 3 in a round, and he's feeling it, man.
ये राउंड कैसे गया?
थ्रो हो गया. इसको बोलते हैं पापर थ्रो. इससे अच्छा थ्रो नहीं हो सकता.
Kind of like marking the other elite players. His job is to shut them down and neutralize their impact. Oh my god, what a play there.
दोनों कोचेस के क्या अपोजिट रिएक्शन था.
ऊपर से दोनों प्लेयर्स के देखे थे ईजी वालों के. एक कोच का और एक प्लेयर का. भाई इतने पम्प्ड अप.
It's wild though. That's knocked PRX straight down. And EG Their game plan there was trying
हो गया अभी ए मेन का कंट्रोल तो नहीं मिलने वाला है
they get it online with a death.
ए का कंट्रोल नहीं मिलने वाला है
A lot better now. PRX moving away from their A-ramp control that they've been doing basically every
अबे
round
ये
now.
क्या है 4 सेकंड हीरो वेपन पे खेल रहे हैं बाकी को कर रहे हैं
Right in the smoke.
अच्छा ओके समझा 4 सेकंड को अगला राउंड नाइफ्स आ जाएगा ना
जिंग और ब्लिंक की ए जा सकता है, जिंग की अल्टी आ जाएगी।
Emphasis placed on them to make some.
बट ए जाएगा तो मतलब नहीं है ना जब तक वाइपर का पिकने मिल जाता
है ना, तो वो अल्ट से निकालेगा ना।
Really does feel like a bit of a
कुत्ता यूज करवा लिया ना सीजीआरएस से मिड पे
spotted it out. Demon dash almost getting blocked. Still there though.
कुत्ता बचाया रहता तो जा सकता था कुत्ता यूज करवा लिया
Satchels through Jogamo. Cheeky with the timing.
गन गई फुर्स
There is no follow-up for that run again.
RNG भी नहीं हुआ
Is shut down. Before he could even get
ये
started.
क्या मारा?
अच्छा शॉट था
वाह।
वो। ठीक है
The pre-fight is just
एक तो मार ले दवाई
anticipating the timings.
एक और मार ले
Into them. Spike dropped. Unknown.
3 लोग रोप्स में।
Can't make sure there can't be anything else happening there.
पता ही था कि सीन होना ही है क्योंकि ए पे एंट्री मिलने रही थी और ये लोग बार बार यही कर रहे हैं 4 राउंड हो गए
Very different there in their defensive setup. Instead of leaning 3 players over towards A, they just allow Comp to hold it with the Viper's pin. So that isn't a tool that they have access to anymore. So I'm interested to see what they go for here again. You know, PRX, almost every time they've had a serious chance in the round, it's been based on A control. Double duelist holding A. And they've given Boostio responsibility of locking down the B site, which is where the whole of PRX are, with all ultimates on board.
Yeah, it's a weird buy into it. They want to take a fight straight to them with the knives. That's beamed down.
शॉट
See much.
चलो अब यूसी तो नहीं हुआ
Corner stunned up. There is that punch.
Even pick भी मिल गया
Jing is the follow-up. It's that 1-2 punch, classic PRX style. Seeker's leading the way now to it.
नाइस शॉट रे इथन
Opening, Ethan. He stopped the punch. He has. He's denied that.
भाई ये क्या हो रहा है
To the spawn. It's bought them time. The showstopper. Cosmic divide there. Lighting him up into the corner.
भाई ये सच्ची बता रहा हूँ क्या हो रहा है ये
Stand it. Device left alone.
अबे दो पिक मिलने के बाद कैसे थ्रो हो गया
Tuck deep. Ult's gonna be fading away.
हाँ पार
Wall is up.
क्या बोलूं मैं?
सालो 2 मिला था
This is just being watched for. Jingle pick by Ethan. There's the whoop
एंटी
ठीक अब ये तो एक्सपेक्ट
ये
नहीं
आने
थे
ही नहीं चाहिए, ये आने यहाँ तक होना ही नहीं चाहिए था यार।
अरे यहाँ पे ये राउंड अगर तू वापस देखेगा ना तो सबसे बड़ा एरर ये था कि 2 ये होगा अल्टी करवा के प्लांट करना चाहिए था सिंपल यहाँ पे हेवन पे
Trying to stop players from peak.
उसका वॉल भी लेट आया थोड़ा माइंड फ्रेक का।
वो अल्ट पॉप पे तो टाइम तो लगता ही है वो पता है
PRX find themselves in a post plant or with site control. Jing's going to try and push that a little bit further. And it's been working fairly well, but now it's time to tone it back.
भाई तुम
Because now EG
क्या कॉम खिलाते हो तुमको ही पता है बे यार
he knows that push is coming through CT. A divide's been on the permalurk as well. PRX just need a tweak in terms of how they're approaching this map.
4 राउंड में निकालोगे तो विनेबल है मैप
Otherwise, EG is sailing away with it, 5-1.
मुझको लग रहा है इसको नींद आ रही है 4 सेकंड को भी थी
Hottest team yet, with it being a best of 5. Wouldn't be series losing, but you never want to be in that situation where you've just been pummeled on the map heading into the next one that's really going to be deciding a lot of your outcomes. So, needs to be adjustments to make the
भाई सच में मैं दोपहर में ऐसा सोऊंगा ना
I do feel though like this is a must.
मेरे को भी लग रहा है साला 1-2 मैप के बाद मैं भी सोने चलो तो।
मैं वॉच पार्टी खत्म करके जो सोऊंगा ना मैप 3 है मैप 3 भी 5 राउंड तक निकल गया है
That's really where their map pull is at its strongest.
5वां मैप खत्म होते होते 2 बजेगी समझ
This is one where we're anticipating
मेरे को भी लग रहा है।
advantage.
ठीक है 2 बजे सोऊंगा सीधा 7-8 बजे उठूंगा
Duelist comps like this, anything is possible.
मेरे को तो 2 बजे दोस्त ने बोला है, बोले आजा खेलने।
PRX, but a smoke to cut them across.
बोल दे वॉच पार्टी करके सो गया था रात को लेट सोया था उठा था
And what a counter it is!
क्या है भाई ये क्यों है भाई ये अब तो लग रहा है कि गेम हो रहा है
The two entry players, I mean, Jing and Forsaken, they can get nothing done. The pathing there, dropping down into hell. There was a pull prior. At this point, it's just
4K मारा है उसने
flawless rounds. Everybody keeping the guns going. EG They are in prime form.
It's Prime Gaming, not Aim Labs. This is wrong sponsor. Brent.
Whoa,
Wrong
might be.
That is double duelist versus double duelist. You don't often see the Raze and the Jet working together with this composition to defend the A side. But this has been an adjustment that EG have gone for in this match. Jorgamo's not playing towards male or mid as much as you might expect. Instead, he's trying to help.
अबे तो मिड कंट्रोल लेके क्योंकि देख सेज तो लिया नहीं है तो यू कैन गेट मिड कंट्रोल इजीली. एक नेड करो मिड वेंट्स का कंट्रोल मिलता है. लेफ्ट में स्काई फ्लैश करो. क्या कर रहे हैं भाई.
ये मैं भी लग रहा है गया उनके हाथ से.
मैं फालतू में चलते फिरते 2 पिक मिल जाता है.
शॉट वन टैप.
डिलीटेड.
भाई
डिलीट किया डिलीट.
एक ही टैप मारा लिटरली.
There's always something behind it. Like in mid, they're not playing aggressively to start out, but it feels like it with the orb.
Shot.
Then you run into Com just spraying you down there. The heaven pressure with Demon 1 to collect. Jing could have made something
मैं
up.
क्या बोलूं भाई, मेरा अभी मैप से मन उड़ गया है ये.
But it puts everything down on a 7 health.
क्या हो रहा है?
That just doesn't look in any way feasible for him.
वो एक स्टार काय के लिए बचा है, यूज कर लिया. हाँ.
They should be able to close this out, especially with how PRX, in my opinion, look favored on the attack side of Split. If they were going to win one of the sides, I would expect it to be this one.
But they're just being dismantled.
Oh, picked to pieces.
Yeah, the fast plays are being punished. Seeing the preset Astra util. Like you said, I mean, there's not too much emphasis being placed into mid.
Yeah, what the hell?
Normally expected. Someone like Boostio playing, but
I think that's a deliberate game plan from EG.
Yeah.
They're really trying to mess with PRX's expectations and catch them on the sight bursts instead. This is different.
Yeah. Looking like maybe some B main pressure. There's a nade being held.
While Demon 1 opts towards A with potentially a pullback smoke.
Fight on 2 fronts.
ठीक है.
See which one pays off. Deep flash. Smoke. Placed deep there.
अबे लोग ना मिड कंट्रोल ले रहे हैं.
The face of Demon 1 means he's not granted that easy.
ए पे घुसने नहीं मिल रहा है, मिड कंट्रोल ले नहीं रहे हैं, बी पे मूव बना नहीं रहे.
Just holds with him. And together they feel confident enough to be able to re-clear this area.
टीम जो स्क्रिम करती है ना, वैसा लग रहा है कि 12 के 12 राउंड ये करना है.
They've got a bait and switch set up now too.
Bait and switch. There's the dash active. They're not going to expect Boostio close to the corner. Gliding right past. He spotted him on the mini-map. Can Boostio get out alive? Not quite. Traded.
हाँ, nice shot.
He's in their face.
Finally. अरे यार.
Again, not anticipating Demon 1.
में चेक नहीं किया.
Down the opposites.
Brent, also CGRS is in screens. But PRX have gotten everywhere.
Pushed in deep onto the corner. I mean, as expected, there was a jump spot.
अभी नहीं करना था, अल्टी तो अल्टी कर दिया.
To know that there could have been this chance and this timing,
but surely not this deep.
No, I don't think he realizes he's crossed, does he? It's a hard clearance. Not enough to get the shots onto it, and the satchel is nice, so Jorgamo's set up for the trade. Aim wasn't reset in time.
Are the gods favoring you today with the spray into the pit?
Yeah, I've seen many of these rounds. Blazestorm being committed. Over the top with the updraft. Looking for a 3-2 entrance right into it, into the corner. All over the place. Twists and turns in the round, into the corner.
भाई उड़ते किधर गया था? भैया जी.
That is a tough setup to deal with. I really like the approach from the double duelist there. The updrafts and the potential to be able to one-shot someone with the knives is nice, but in the end, Device Ultimate proves too strong. Look at this.
Okay, yeah. I mean,
खेल रहा था वो
both
जैसे.
grouping up together, making sure that they can't get picked off one at a time, and they hold steady. But also,
मैं आया 5 मिनट, तुम लोग मैच देखो.
diving up a ramp and into the A heaven.
मेरा ऑर्डर आ रहा है, मैं लेके आता हूँ.
Really tough for EG to deal with. They only just managed to adjust. More spread, more defaulting from PRX. Though again, it feels like A ramp is going to be the destination in mind.
Has to be a string of rounds here for PRX.
Even if they get to 5,
Yeah,
that feels to me like
they've salvaged it at that point if they manage to get to 5, but they'd have to win out the rounds from here.
and it's still not an amazing half, was more my point.
Big flash, Jorgamo. Nice attempt, a chance to punish again. The exact same play. Team of one though, this time playing inside the smoke to punish it. Fool me once, shame on you. Still, they run forwards into the site, and the util is clearing all the corners. Jorgamo.
He's an unlucky हो गया उधर.
Cosmic divide cuts up the angles. Team of one stuck there.
Nice.
Crouch peek yet. Well, how does he have the presence of mind to clear it still? I just don't know with this guy, but he is quite an insane player.
Look at the setup though in the post plant. Barely anybody on site. Doubled up like it's a backstab in heaven.
ये भी run गयो.
Here to clear out the one player that was
गया.
Can they deal with these again onto the heaven players? It's up to Mindfreak. Does he have a pull for the plan? Looks like there's one.
But Com is
Waiting
ready
out.
for his positioning. Oh, they try the
to-
body block.
Yeah, body block this one. Mindfreak still on
Oh.
heaven. He can do a lot here.
निकल
He's
सकता है.
landed it. Enough kills found. 25 health though. Does he take the bait? It was tapped. He doesn't swing. Boostio, absolute balls of steel from Mindfreak.
Oh,
Swinging wide
निकाल
open.
दिया.
He'll get half
नहीं.
time.
In
And in the moment, the presence of mind of Mindfreak, man. Not taking the bait.
That's so
Good one,
cold.
good one.
That is so cold from Mindfreak. Up in heaven, just tapping away with the rifle.
timeout
Making
लगता
sure
है.
that Boostio doesn't feel safe at any point. And also, with his first peek, he sees they're both vulnerable. He sees that they're both in that spot, so I think that probably goes into the decision-making there, knowing that Boostio is going to be a bit too scared to just stick it completely. We have not really seen anybody being able to pull off that body block play to deny the Astropole. And Com was ready for it too, in terms of his positioning. Just won the duel against Jing, couldn't quite win the duel against Mindfreak. Small moments defining whether PaperX can get back into this half.
Just been on a nice edge. Now with two more chances. I mean, we said, listen, 7-5 will be a salvaged half. It's necessary for them to win out, but one round away from what looks like breaking the economy of EG. That's why they're taking the time out here. This is an important one.
And I agree with you that the last few rounds have seemed like they've been on a knife's edge, but the knife is on an edge where, tipped in one direction, it plunges into PaperX's heart. It's not a balanced knife right now. It's PaperX doing everything they can, finding the slimmest of margins just to be able to save the half and get it back towards even territory. If EG are even able to get one, it looks extremely good for them. It's got to be perfection from here on out for PaperX.
गाइस क्या स्कोर लाइन है?
Holds to work with.
7-3.
7-3 7-3.
Up towards
ओके मेरा जूस भी आ गया. लेट्स गो. ये थोड़ा एनर्जी भी आ जाएगा.
split. Contacting. Dash is now active though. They want to go off.
सिंपल है. जब नींद पूरी ना हो तो खा के
Second thoughts on it. The pull was also expended here. Boostio is dodging. Utility flying into his face.
Shot.
Does he realize it? No.
Shot.
It was already on the line. A counter flash play. Dropping down. Ethan's there. It's a 3-2-1 face. He's broken in the midst of it. Beautiful stuff by Forsaken.
Nice shot.
Liberties with the position.
हो गया. चलो
And
गुड
Jordan
राउंड.
forced into the impossible scenario. Has to save for this round. And that string of rounds that we were talking about, Josh, the possibility of it. It's a reality at this point, man.
Yeah, it's coming true. Forsaken's tempo catches Boostio completely off there. I mean, Boostio is trying to focus on the next wave through. He knows Forsaken's got through to Pillar, but he's hoping Forsaken's worried about somebody pushing CT, somebody pushing from heaven. He's worried. He's hoping Forsaken has some level of respect. No, not the PaperX duelists. They're going to continue to apply pressure onto the site anchor until you force them to back up.
Essentially should be a 7.
पेपर एक्स वालों को फर्क पड़ता है क्या?
Left here, but the money is going to be
नहीं पड़ता.
also slightly
वो रिस्पेक्ट देंगे. वो रिस्पेक्ट छीन लेंगे.
half armor rifles is a possibility.
अभी 4 अल्टी है.
Like it.
It's not great.
फटाफट ए हिट करो या बी. तुम लोग को चाहिए तो बी हिट करो. एस्ट्रा का डिवाइड यूज कॉस्मिक डिवाइड यूज करके साइड काटो.
It's still not amazing. I feel like PaperX would be anticipating running away with this when they're
बहुत
on the
सिंपल है.
side. But
इनिशियली देख अगर साइड में एंट्री नहीं मिलता है और ज्यादा प्रेशर है
looks like a miracle.
तो स्काई अल्टी किया.
Absolute dream.
उसके पीछे पीछे हाँ सिंपल. अब स्काई अल्टी करो. स्काई अल्टी के पीछे
Divide.
इसका जिंक का अल्टी कराओ.
The A presence here of all their players.
और जिंक के अल्टी के बाद माइंड फ्रिक का अल्टी करके साइड काट दो.
Goals to try and take this one. Seekers. Does feel like a lot of heavy
ये
presence
होना
here.
चाहिए लेकिन मैं
वही किया तो वही है, बट एग्जीक्यूट नहीं हुआ, जिंग फट गया।
Shuts down Jing with a showstopper, still maintains the pit.
किया तो वही।
Huge obstacle. There's just waiting.
मेरा लोड क्यों हो रहा है?
But this whole thing was supposed to be a fake so that CGRS could take the spike with Devi into A. And Devi's called rotators leaving CGRS. Don't
मैं क्या बोला तेरे को, होना यही है, हुआ भी यही।
He's stuck in a really weird position again.
Yeah, he's so worried about being pinched. He knows that heaven was compromised. The choke on top of it. Deep flash into the back of the side. Boostio has the smoke of the choke pushing.
भाई रीड तो है, बट एग्जीक्यूट क्या बात है ना, और गन दिख गई।
Repositions now. 50 health.
क्या शॉट था ये?
It's still
अच्छा।
unnecessary. Not when a team's got his back. Mind freak. Last alive. EG. They've done magic. in
Nice
this
try,
one.
8-4.
They really have.
Let's go.
Every advantage was against them, yet they still get under their belt 8-4 here.
And that first kill turns the tide of the round to me. I mean, shutting down Jing with the showstopper inside your pit. Ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
देख वही किया, स्काई अल्टी करवाई, स्काई अल्टी के पीछे पीछे जिंग को भेजा, वाइपर को पकड़ना था, वाइपर को पकड़ा नहीं।
If it swings the opposite direction, we could be looking at a 7-5 half.
Yeah, swings and
कोई
rounds
90
about
एंटी
up as well. It's been so back and forth.
विनेबल, लेट्स गो।
Absolutely insane stuff. Let's send it down to the desk to break it down.
Round after round, the pendulum keeps on swinging as this game continues to be the gift that keeps on giving here. Of course, as we dive into what we saw in that first half, Mimi, it's very clear that this team is punishing this aggression.
Yeah, it's very reminiscent of map number 1 in that I think EG had a great read on the way that PRX play. It's what Potter was saying in that initial interview. We give them space, we let them do their game plan.
गाइस देखो, इससे बढ़िया रीड तुमको और कोई भी वॉच पार्टी बंदा नहीं देगा, रादर देन बिंक्स।
प्लस वन
बिंग्स के अलावा और कोई मेरे से अच्छा रीड दे ही नहीं सकता है वॉच पार्टी वाला, तो फॉर श्योर। इतना रीड तो है भाई, इतना खेल लिया है ना और इतना देख लिया है। रीड जो कौन सा था, कोपेनहेगन से पहले कौन सा था, री क्या नाम है साला, उसका नाम भी मेरे को तो आता नहीं है।
क्या?
कोपेनहेगन से पहले रेजविक था कि क्या था उसका, साला एक तो प्रोनाउंसिएशन भी नहीं आता है।
रेजविक
मैं रेजविक से देख रहा हूँ, मतलब वो टाइम पे मेरे पे वैल्यू का ये नहीं था, पता है क्या बोलते हैं, मेरे को वैल्यू पता ही नहीं था क्या होता है, बट मैं देख रहा था।
अच्छा नहीं, मैं सबसे पहले इसे देख रहा था मास्टर से, जो सेंटिनल एरा,
वो शायद वो एरा में मैं नहीं था।
तो बहुत हाइप थी कि ये टेंस वापस आया कॉम्पिटिटिव में।
वाचिंग यू।
And again, this atmosphere in this room is electric. Of course, the people here have definitely met the moment that is taking place on that stage. It is now time to jump back to the castle.
चलो आई ओपन वन मोर जूस, मेरा थोड़ा बॉडी चार्ज अप होएगा।
Can EG grab the opportunity in front of them?
टाइमर क्या है?
0.543।
ओके,
तेरा क्या चल रहा है?
राउंड चालू हो अभी।
मेरा भी हुआ
37
36।
Round 1, round 13 pistol rounds. Spiral that one into map wins. This entire tournament that's been the case. Dash. Quick little peek for the information.
ये लोग तो जो डब्ल्यू गेमिंग करने वाले हैं, इनको कोई रोको रे। इनका कोच भी इनको कुछ नहीं बोलता रहेगा ना, बोलता रहेगा जाओ
जाओ मारो
भागो।
शॉट
भाग पीछे, हल्का सा भाग पीछे, नहीं भागेगा साला, ईगो पिक पर मार दिया।
ये स्क्रीन्स में क्या कर रहा है?
हाँ माइंड फ्रीक इसको भी ले गया। नाइस राउंड, इट्स 5। डबल पिक करके मार दो। ये थ्रो होते दिख रहा है मेरे को।
पर सेकंड को कर रहा है एक्सपेक्ट।
तो इतनी देर में मेरे को लगता है या तो पानी का आवाज दे दिया रहेगा छप छप,
Every map so far,
could
Brett,
be.
has been split dead down the middle in terms of the
नहीं तो नहीं एक्सपेक्ट करेगा इतना.
And I think that really makes the series winnable for PaperX, because their pistol round win rate has not been good. It has not been good. They've been getting their advantages through the gun rounds, through finding these moments, splitting team play down into the 1v1s and getting the win there instead.
अपन में से कोई ऐसा पिक करता था ना,
Even on pistols,
4 सेकंड में जो सेकंड पिक निकाला उस पे
this game's winnable.
गाली खाता था. 100% पिक निकालने के बाद भी गाली खाता था कि भाई ओवर पिक करना क्यों है, एडवांटेज है पीछे आना.
Possibilities
पूछती
presented
हो
to them.
वोस्टी हमारा
The return of fire.
मजाक है क्या.
Neutralize that quickly before it snowballed any further.
Yeah, he did not want Bustio creeping through mid.
शेरी फुटा के बाद 4 सेकंड.
Everybody else is on a classic. PaperX are going to be challenged here a little bit on the defense side, I think, to not overextend, to not get too aggressive. Divide loves doing these walk pushes down mid. About a minute on the clock, maybe more, something like 50 seconds. If EG are going to approach every round,
एक माइंड फ्लिक को देख,
the patience
डर ही नहीं है भाई कि दो
एक्सपेक्ट किया तो ना किया किया
एक का वॉल का क्या क्या कर रहा था. वॉल में ऐसा मुंह के मार के बैठा था.
एंटी फ्लैश बैठा था.
Almost casting out a net.
वो
Yeah.
बिना
Baiting PaperX.
CDR इसका फ्लैश आया ही नहीं.
that'll be the game plan. But with a team as good
तो
as
कूदा आ
PaperX,
गया.
they fall into the net sometimes, they'll just chew
शॉट रे,
और एक
शॉट रे.
और एक
So it's going to be off.
नाइस.
मार्शल इज द बेस्ट वेपन इन द इको राउंड,
You're going to be pleased with that one. Bladestorm.
क्योंकि 101 पे बंदा मर जाता है.
a person that you would want to be gathering
इसलिए मैं हमेशा मार्शल लेता.
वो सिर्फ जेट में मोस्टली ले सकते हैं. ये तो क्या कर रहे हैं भाई, पुशअप्स काय के लिए.
क्या पता.
Although with the pace that this game is being played at, you don't really have too much time to do that. So
you want to keep your eyes on the action. Forsaken is going to pick up an operator in this round.
onto the bonus.
For PaperX,
और सेकंड इज गोइंग टू पिक अप एन ऑपरेटर.
online.
Meanwhile, series of aggressive plays pushing teams
अबे बोनस में ऑप कौन चलाता है
inside. A smoke on the other.
Oh.
Forsaken. Oh, he strikes.
भाई. बोनस में ऑप मैं
Even one brought down.
मेरे को रसी की याद आ गई. थर्ड राउंड ऑफ
Remember, if Forsaken
मेरा
is
माइंड
doing
ब्लो हो जाएगा भाई ये सब करने लगे तो.
that much of a gamble. But it's the right kind of risk that really introduces
एसजी सर्वर में अगर कोई जेट ने थर्ड राउंड में ऑफ उठाई,
Calls being made.
टीममेट समझ जाते थे कि वो एसके रॉसी. इतना इनफेमस था वो.
PaperX's defensive setup.
they're worried about this Viper wall, I think.
क्योंकि वो सेकंड राउंड में गोस्ट ही खेलता था.
Behind it. They really
या तो
want
गोस्ट या शेरिफ जो भी रहेगा.
or at least see if anyone's over there. Oh!
आपका काउंटर देखा.
हाय हाय.
Jorgamo's never favored.
Yeah, still
अब
Forsaken.
जो जॉगिंग का दिमाग देख, बूमबॉट उधर किया है, पी किधर लेगा.
Again, noise has been cut. 40 seconds remaining. EG happy to slow it all the way down here.
They're looking to try and bait out an info play, but it's happening in B main, where there's no one on EG ready to collect.
Info gathered. Flash is going to be gathering that. How fast? Playing through here. Jing. He's pushing.
ना आवाज नहीं करना था.
Last order to utility. Here's the footsteps. Now they're going to start running towards him. Damage is definitely done. Satchel's at work. Marshall spam. It's all laid on top of each
Op उठाओ
other.
मिड से.
It's led right through the choke.
नाइस.
Change it again.
ऑप उठाओ मिड से.
12 seconds remaining. Jorgamo, he's got so much to do.
इसको तो मारो.
पहले ऑप
मर गया.
उठाओ.
Brought down. Bonus round win. Can they say
टाइम
Yeah.
नहीं.
Doesn't look like anybody's going to be able to
वी
get
हेवन
this
पे
one
दियो.
out. But still, a bonus round conversion is
PRX 1 round equals to 10 push-ups. अच्छा इसके
Oh,
लिए push
अच्छा.
up मार रहे.
Perfectly there. The push happened over in B main. There was 2 players there. It gives them all the info to rotate the rest of the team into A. And they managed to get Jing into a spot.
स्मोक में खेल गया.
Inside
माइंड फ्रिक के बाजू में पूरी मेकअप किट है.
एक और ऑप.
CG down. Economy in a terrible spot. PaperX, they've pulled off the comeback at this point.
Yeah, bring them back into with the op purchase. Jing is shut down.
कास्टर स्कर्स कमबैक पुल किया, साला स्टिंगर से मर गया.
Classic little play that you see with a double duelist.
And now cutting noise a little. Waiting for that push. With Boostio on the other side of the map too.
शॉट. शॉट.
Ball even goes up.
Everybody getting caught.
एंटी मर गया, बच गया।
Updraft, got to escape it. Nade at his feet, through the smoke. Showstopper's been earned. Into the side, into the corners. That damage done, not enough for a kill.
शॉट
Shorty, yeah. Trusty sidearm. CGRS punching any would-be
हो गया, विनब
attackers onto
विनब
3 HP है bro।
3 HP है, खत्म हो गया। चलो
2-1.
विनेबल फॉर
Roughly where CGRS
PRX, let's go।
That's no location of Mindfree can be. That's what he's working with.
8:8
हाय 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 टाइमिंग।
Expect Mindfree to be
now it's winnable for
Mindfree
Demon।
has to make a noise.
Yeah. Sound cue. Something. He might bait the drop. Dashes there. Gets info. Team of
अगर ये शॉट लगता मैं छोड़ देता वैलोरेंट।
भाई ये लोग अपने को इंफीरियर फील करवाते हैं, मैं बोल रहा हूँ ना देखो।
अगर वो शॉट लगता मैं अब भी अनइंस्टॉल करता था वैलोरेंट।
अब ये लोग अपने को इंफीरियर फील करवाते हैं, ऐसा लगता है कि हम वैलो खेल ही क्यों रहे। भाई 3 HP पे अगर ये क्लच हो जाता ना तो ऐसा लगता है कि भाई मैं वैलो क्यों खेलता हूँ।
It's close. Could have come down to a timing.
अबे कॉस कितना भी बड़ा ई स्पोर्ट्स प्लेयर हो,
To bully their way through that anti-eco.
ऐसा सब अगर होने लग गया गेम में तो हमारे जैसों के लिए स्कोप तो बचेगा ही नहीं।
Great attempt from Demon 1 there.
अब ये देख, यहाँ पे ये हगा है,
But that was
वहाँ पर डीमन हगा है।
finding some dangerous picks up in A.
क्रॉसर बरोबर होता
एडीएस करके खड़ा था ना वो।
So let's have a look.
थोड़ी अच्छी है यार
वो गेम के अंदर है दोस्त।
High-low setup towards B.
बट फिर भी अच्छी है।
I don't think EG have been aggressive enough to run into it.
It's all been slowed down at the beginning. Heavy group up into mid. A repush as well into main.
It's so aggressive on the A defense.
वाह भाई, वो कुत्ते के साथ खेल रहा था।
Sides here, Jing is feeling the heat. Com backs away, absorbing a lot of this. Working themselves into spawn. They're already just walking
जिंग ने
away.
निकाल लिया जोगिमो को।
How's Jogma falling
Nice.
everywhere?
वो
शॉट मैंट्रिक
शूश
Individual one-on-ones.
आ
Why
गया
not?
10
An entire round.
नाइस।
भाई सब 1v1 आए हैं।
That is perfection.
अबे
वापस चलो।
ये पागल है ये।
Both of their kind of supportive players pushing out towards A.
300 push-ups
They're
बाप
both of
रे।
their support players pushing out towards A, and it forces EG to go up the lane into B main. So they go into
Content
B
भाई।
mid, and then they go into Forsaken.
मैं कल के लिए ऐसा कुछ कंटेंट सोच रहा हूँ
करो करो।
They look
कि
like
PRX के एक इस पे
Putting together the rounds. That's 5 in a row.
मेरे को ऐसी कुछ चीज लेके आओगे जो नहीं पसंद है।
Bit of a repeat. It's literally a repeat of the round that they did prior. This time, knives at play, at work, updraft, over the top. Devi is punished. CGRS trying to
Shot,
find the
boss.
flash. What a shot to hit Babustio. Cheeky upgrade, rifle
खत्म।
in his hands. We are
NT.
I mean, it's the Thursday.
NT for this round, ये thrifty।
This round.
EG choosing to fight fire with fire. Increasing the pace instead of decreasing it. Makes sense on an eco.
And this is surely spotted close to the corner into hell. There's no actual trade inside, but eventually it comes through, and now with the stingers, it's brought down.
Thrifty.
9 to 9. You thought that PRX were really starting to gain a bit of.
Hey, tell me to be honest, honestly tell me,
Dead on the
what do you feel about G का Valorant
It's the
channel?
same play that they made the last time they had
Do
a
you
drift.
Valorant
Last time
channel?
up with a stinger, a ramp. And this time they managed
It's
to capitalize
okay,
and
I
snowball that
feel.
into a round win. If they're finding
मोस्टली मेरे को
value
हाईलाइट चैनल ही लगता।
Content wise ही पूछ रहा हूँ।
rifles as well,
Like I have watched Team Liquid का channel,
they're not ready for the fight at the beginning of the round.
लाइक वो तो उनका मेन चैनल है ना। जी के मेन चैनल का कंटेंट इज गुड।
Still caution being
इफ वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट स्पेसिफिक वैलोरेंट चैनल देन
with the pull.
Valorant टीम के साथ वो लोग बना तो सकते हैं ना कंटेंट, वो भी नहीं करते वो लोग।
Here with a stinger.
हाँ
It's brought down. Jorgamo
मे बी दे आर ट्राइंग टू सेट अप द टीम फर्स्ट।
beaming him down. Ethan trying to push.
पहले भी नहीं होता था, ठीक है। वो गॉड स्क्वाड के साथ उन्होंने एक वीडियो बनाया, मतलब एक सीरीज वीडियो काइंड ऑफ एक बनाया, वो अच्छा था। लास्ट डांस वाला,
डॉक्यूमेंट्री।
There's a rifle. It's swapped around.
हाँ द लास्ट डांस वाला जो था
हाँ
वो अच्छा था, बट
Around the open seekers.
मतलब मेरे को कभी कभी लग रहा है ना एफर्ट्स थोड़े से कम दिख रहे हैं।
मेरे को कंटेंट में ना वीएलटी का बहुत पसंद आता था।
Cause VLT used to do some things.
हाँ लाइक वो गैस इमोजी या ऐसा कुछ तो बहुत कुछ करते थे वो।
कॉस्प्लेस
Fighting fire with fire, both of these teams trying to one up each
भाई
other.
कितना
With
पैसा
how
लगता रहेगा ना
aggressive they
कॉस्प्ले
can
के लिए और
both get.
कितना पेशेंस
The double blast pack down mid with a showstopper. And Jing knows, based on his nade position, where Boostio is going to be.
भाई ये कौन सा जोगिमो को दूसरा जो मारा ना उसने वो गलत मारा उसने
Teams are going to adapt.
अभी लेकिन अब तो सीजीआरएस को किस मुंह से बेंच करेगा
Obviously, EG are on the attack side, but they are
उसको भी पता है वो कंटेंट क्रिएटर, ही वाज जस्ट अ रिप्लेसमेंट फॉर समथिंग।
ऐसा नहीं if he is playing so good
America's team's playing like that.
if he is gelled up with the team so good
Rely on their experience playing
और अब तू बोलेगा कि मैं समथिंग को लेके आ रहा हूँ cause वो मेरा प्राइमरी बंदा था और अगर समथिंग परफॉर्म नहीं करता है फिर क्या रिग्रेट करोगे डिसीजन पे सिंपल
ना ना, आई डोंट थिंक दे विल रिग्रेट, क्योंकि उनका पहले लाइक डिस्कशन हुआ रहेगा कि यू आर हियर जस्ट एज अ रिप्लेसमेंट फॉर समथिंग, क्योंकि उसको भी पता है ही इज नॉट मेड फॉर कॉम्पिटिटिव।
मतलब वो छोड़ चुका है
अब
कॉम्पिटिटिव हो गया उसका
हाँ, मतलब अब तो सोचना कि ठीक है ये टूर्नामेंट वो अच्छा खेला, मे बी चैंपियंस में जाके
हक देगा
उसने नहीं उसने हागा, ठीक है समझ में आता है। उसके बाद भी पेपर एक्स ने सीजीआरएस को कंटिन्यू करा लीग स्टेजेस में और वो तब भी हागा, तो क्या, तो फिर लोग क्या बोलेंगे कि वो बस एक टूर्नामेंट को लकी था, समथिंग को लाओ वापस।
अबे ये वही हो गया बे वीएलटी में टीमोन खेलेगा तो क्या होएगा मैं देखो टेस्ट भी किया था
हाँ, आई नो
not part 2 I'm just telling about Timon क्योंकि Timon
या
has done something like वो स्पोर्ट्स में कर चुका है
T69।
बॉम्स भाई की टीम
हाँ, उसमें वो खेला था ना।
अरे वो उसमें ठीक है मैं इसकी बात कर रहा हूँ सीएस की बात कर रहा हूँ सीएस में भी खेला था वो
अच्छा हाँ, या CS 1.6 नहीं 1.6 CSGO, सॉरी।
गो भाई ग्लोबल ऑफेंस में खेला था वो ये लेफ्ट देख
Angle here towards the box. No, it's the
मरा।
it's the watch for Jorgamo collects that kill over the top of the wall. Demon 1. There's a chance for him to get a kill, maybe equalize it to a 4 versus 4, but had to back away here down to that minute mark.
And Jing's looking towards B Heaven in that situation because he's following where Ethan's Trailblazer went.
Great time for a Viper's Pit. This is really going to bog
अब एम इनका एंट्री तो डिनाई दे दिया
How do you get through this?
भी जाना इनको भी ही पड़ेगा या हेवन से जाओ उई ग
Look at him. No favor taking that fight. I mean, taking a ton of damage onto the angle, still set up, crouch peeking, just wants to disrespect them into B main, and it has funneled everybody up through mid. The space was gained by Jorgamo. They want to go around the Viper's Pit. They don't want to fight through.
नाइस शॉट माइंड ट्री
Leave him up. Divide. It's going to be
Astra Dev.
Man, he could be the difference maker to you winning the round. Ethan cleans him up. Takes him out there. Jorgamo.
शॉट रे फोर्स
This one, Forsaken. Swings into it. Denying it here with the plant at least. Will go down, so time no longer becoming a bit of a problem. Still, Cosmic Divide. Across the site. Viper's Pit of their own.
सब कुछ इन्वेस्ट कर दिया सब कुछ
Jumps forward to Shorty. A shot missing just ever so slightly. Demon 1 holding it towards the corner. Again, it's going to come down to a bit of luck of the draw. Spam maybe.
ठीक है एक निकाल लिया ना पिट में जाके दैट्स इनफ
Bring it down. 2
वो
versus 2. Off to the side here.
मेन थी
Alive and kicking. The pit's still active.
चलो 10:10 10:10 10:10 winnable
Even as we can be.
So close in this map. And as I said earlier, this is one where I would expect EG to have the advantage. They've looked phenomenal at split the last few times we've seen it. Little bait play there to be able to pick up Jing early on. And that's the kill that really wins it. Ethan being able to out-duel Divide, who took a moment out of his pit to try and grab that kill and then...
Let's go, man.
Op V up now, over towards B main to start the round.
Stars are plenty. What a defeat of Forsaken. This is pandemonium. Just a recall. So
क्या सीन है यार
onto an angle, but who knows who's utils who's. Fade into the side.
Shot
for a second.
Such quick reactions.
Nice.
He's a menace. 2 players brought down. A dash reset. He's got it active once more in case he does want to take another peek at things, but just back
हेवन कौन खेल रहा है
tend to hold the choke.
है दवाई है ना, आई मीन सीजीआरएस।
सीजीआरएस स्काई पे दवाई याद आता है
हाँ ना।
Demon 1 and CGRS just holds for info, backs up. Playing his life. Snakebite denies the Trailblazer here, giving Con a little opportunity, but it's still a 3v5.
Off the back of Forsaken.
What a
भाई
time for a hero play like that.
Still holding
अरे यार मर जाता उधर से
He's still holding it though. Hasn't given up this space.
हिल मिल रही
35 seconds roughly left in the round. Their sights set onto A, but they need an opening. They need it now. By still pushing them back. That was his snake bite. Drop down onto the corner. Forsaken.
Short रे
Stats spraying him through. Still watching it.
flawless
Giving him an inch.
Not a bad time for a prime game in Flawless for PRX there.
क्या हाल चाल गैस 3 लोग देख रहे हो फटाफट लाइक सब्सक्राइब यार
Well turn the tide of this map.
मैं प्रेडिक्ट करता हूँ दिस विल आल्सो गो टिल ओटी मेरे को लग रहा है
मेरे को भी लग रहा है
इजी कुछ तो कांड करेगी लास्ट में जाते जाते इजी कुछ तो कांड करेगी पक्का
No time to react. He looked startled. It was a jump scare. That's ludicrous.
Instantaneous.
Can EG
जल्दी करो यार सोने जाना है
They won a thrifty earlier on, playing over towards A ramp, chaining those two duelists together.
I mean, PRX looked like they were anticipating it. I mean, he stacked it with 4 of their players. Now we see it. Showstopper use the satchel movement. No,
टट्टी हो गया
it's not too great. Beefed. Yeah, bangs his head on the ceiling. Rocket into spawn. No real damage.
shot.
Demon 1 though is there. He's on the angle, on the line of sight.
Nice.
Spammed onto the corner. Eventually brought down. Satchel's at work. Round to the side. Jing.
Shot.
एक को मार के गया जिंग
And Heaven Control is there. Spike still not planted. It's a 2v3. The backstab com needs value. He needs a kill.
बच गया कोई और वेपन होता तो मर गया रहता
Not going in his direction.
क्लासिक थी फ्री का गन
Boosty out.
हाँ प्लान नहीं भी करेगा तो प्लान ठीक है ना अल्टी तो वैसे भी बनना ही है
One bit. It's shut down, and it's PRX who find themselves in the driving seat. They hit that 12th round.
हो गया चलो now I am expecting for a comeback of easy and going till OT
almost got some momentum going with Demon 1.
को नहीं पता मेरे को क्लोज मैच चाहिए और PRX का विन चाहिए
And PRX eventually deal with this. Tricksy little thrifty. EG though, they didn't
हाँ पार
last round. They didn't
क्या
क्लोज मैच के साथ PRX का विन चाहिए
So now we get to see the
मेरे को वन वे मैच भी नहीं चाहिए बोर होता है
over towards A.
वन में नहीं क्लोज में मजा आता है
वन वे बोर होता है
At the start of this.
Same setup as the
मैं इसके लिए करमाइन को का एक मैच नहीं देखता था
thrifty. And again,
नो ऑफेंस बट
long migration, the big wrap around. Time to shoot.
करमाइन को के एक भी मैच उसमें मजा नहीं था
Given up, dash forwards, up into heaven. Until expended, exchange, another smoke to try and get them in. Demon 1, he's so smart with this. Does buy them that space towards the back.
Shot.
Freak though, he's got to try and hold this one.
Shot.
Away and afar. That's 2 kills. Massive.
माइंड फ्रिक गॉट दिस
चलो
नाइस हो गया जी
चलो
It's paper.
चलो चलो
शीश 2-1 पब्लिक ने एक्सपेक्ट भी नहीं किया रहेगा इतना इजीली निकालेगी
Just come back in this
इतना इजीली PRX गेम निकालेगी नेवर एक्सपेक्टेड हाय हाय नेक्स्ट मैप क्या है स्प्लिट हो गया ना अभी असेंट है कि पर्ल है
ये एसेंट डिसाइडर पर्ल होगा
हाँ तो फिर पर्ल है लेट्स गो 3-1 फॉर PRX एंड क्योंकि पर्ल है ना एंड आई एम एक्सपेक्टिंग कि पर्ल पे PRX लास्ट मैप के जैसा CGRS कुछ तो कमाल करेगा केजे खेल के चल थोड़ा ब्रेक लेके आ जा मैं तो 11:30 बज रहा है
मेरे को तो सोने का मन कर रहा है
एक मैप देख लेते फिर मैं खुद सोच रहा हूँ अगर PRX जीत गया तो चले जाऊंगा तो जाना ही है लेकिन अगर EG जीता तो मैं लास्ट मैच फिर देख के जाऊंगा
ओके
चलो वेलकम
यस
बता दे कैसे मैं जीऊंगा तेरे बिना हो हमनवा मेरे तू है तो मेरी सांसें चली बता दे कैसे मैं जीऊंगा तेरे बिना होठा दिया लालियां कन्ना दिया वालियां कुछ लूं मैं। मेरे अपने तेरे उससे तेरे सपने मेरे, तू कदम हो रास्ता बनूं मैं लिख दूं आसमां पर ये कि पढ़ लेगा जहां सारा, हुआ ना होगा अब कोई यहाँ हम दो सा दोबारा। मैं दुनिया भर की तारीफें तेरे सजदे में लाया हूँ, मैं तुमसे इश्क करने की इजाजत रब से लाया हूँ। नहीं जाना बुला करके ये बातें तुम ही कहते थे, रही खुशियाँ नहीं मेरी कि तुम भी वक्त जैसे थे। तुम्हारा था रहेगा भी, करे क्या दिल है दीवाना, कभी मैं याद ना हूँ तो चले आना चले आना। ओ मेरी सोनिए मैं रूठने से पहले प्यार से मैं तुझको मना लूं। तेरा मेरा साथ यूं ही रहना, हर जिंद आवे मेरी रहना। ओ सोनिए हर जिंद मेरी बन रहना। अच्छा चलता हूँ दुआओं में याद रखना, मेरे जिक्र का जुबां पे सुआद रखना। दिल के संदूकों में मेरे अच्छे काम रखना, चिट्ठी तारों में भी मेरा तू सलाम रखना। नींद जाके न लौटी कितनी रातें ढल गई, इतने तारे गिने के उंगलियां भी जल गई। ओ ये दिल पागल बना बैठा, इसे अब तू ही समझा रे। लिखे तुझने मेरी दुनिया तू बन जा रे। ओ खुशकिस्मत जो किस्मत से तुम्हें ऐसे मैं पाया हूँ, मैं तुमसे इश्क करने की इजाजत रब से लाया हूँ। भले दूरी रहे जितनी निगाहों से निगाहों की, मगर ख्वाबों की दुनिया में मिलूंगा तुमसे रोजाना। यहीं तक था सफर अपना, तुम्हें है लौट कर जाना, कभी मैं याद ना हूँ तो चले आना चले आना। जरा सी दिल में दे जगह तू, जरा सा अपना ले बना, जरा सा ख्वाबों में सजा तू, जरा सा यादों में बसा। मेरे बिना मैं रहने लगा हूँ, तेरी हवा में बहने लगा हूँ, जाने मैं कैसे तेरा हुआ हूँ। मुझे तो लगता है मैं शायद तेरे दिल की दुआ हूँ। मेरी जा बेपना फिदा हूँ तुझ पे मेरी जा बेपना दिल वादा कर रहा है धड़कने मेरी सुन तुझको मैं कर लूं हासिल लगी है यही धुन जिंदगी की शाख से लूं कुछ हंसी पल में चूं तुझको मैं कर लूं हासिल लगी है यही धुन तुझे सोचता हूँ मैं शाम सुबह इससे ज्यादा तुझे और चाहूं तो क्या तेरे ही ख्यालों में डूबा रहा इससे ज्यादा तुझे और चाहूं तो क्या जो भी कितने पल जियो उन्हें तेरे संग जियो जो भी कल हो मेरा उसे तेरे संग जियो जो भी सांसें मैं भरूं उन्हें तेरे संग भरूं चाहे जो हो रास्ता उसे तेरे संग चलूं उस सारे गम में जाना संग हूँ तेरे हर एक मौसम में जाना संग हूँ तेरे अब इतने इम्तिहान भी ना ले मेरे आंखें ये कहती है तू सामने मेरे रहना, एक तू ही यार मेरा, मुझको क्या दुनिया से लेना। महकी सी बातें कर ले, हंस हंस के आंखें भर ले, ये बेहोशियां फिर कहाँ। तुझ में खोया रहूं मैं, मुझ में खोई रहे तो खुद को ढूंढ लेंगे फिर कभी। आजा लड़े फिर खिलौनों के लिए, तू जीते मैं हार जाऊं। आजा करें फिर वही शरारतें, तू भागे मैं मार खाऊं। तुझ में रात मेरी, तुझ में दिन मेरे, लम्हा एक जीऊं ना मैं तो बिन तेरे। है तेरे साथ सफर, जाना मुझे है किधर, के बीत जाए तुझ में ये उम्र। मेरे ख्वाब का जग सारा हो बस तेरे नाम से ही गुजारा। उलझ के यूं ना सुलझ मैं सकूं, तुझ में खोया रहूं मैं, मुझ में खोई रहे तो खुद को ढूंढ लेंगे फिर कभी। तुझसे मिलता रहूं मैं, मुझसे मिलती रहे तो खुद से हम मिलेंगे फिर कभी। हाँ फिर कभी। जुबानियाँ तेरी झूठी भी सच लागे, तू मेरा कोई ना होके भी कुछ लागे। जाते नहीं कहीं रिश्ते पुराने, किसी नए के आ जाने से। जाता हूँ मैं तो मुझे तू जाने दे, क्यों परेशान है मेरे जाने से। धड़कन ये कहती है दिल तेरे बिन धड़के ना, एक तू ही यार मेरा, मुझको क्या दुनिया से लेना। धड़कन ये कहती है दिल तेरे बिन धड़के ना, एक तू ही यार मेरा, मुझको क्या दुनिया से लेना। जे तेनू धूप लगे आवे तो मैं छाँव बन जावा, तेरी खुशियों के खातिर मैं सारे जग से लड़ जावा। तू जो नजरों के सामने कल होगा नहीं, तुझको देखे बिन मैं मर ना जाऊं कहीं। है मेरी यही
The spawn, you realise they've given up a lot of that space towards mid, right
Now-
into the centre of the map.
Don't want to startle any PaperX fans, but Forsaken does have a shorty here as well.
Oh,
So I think they were planning something very specific that relied on them getting B control.
yeah. And now, no dash, just the shorty. Might be able to salvage a weapon from Mindfreak.
हो गया चलो, हो गया
Going
चलो।
back over here, probably.
Would make sense.
माइंड फ्लिक भी मर गया।
Yeah, there it is. There's the gun he's looking
Just
for.
trying knife out to jiggle and get the ghost online.
Well, there it is. No one was ready to meet them. They're going to be hearing this though. Footsteps abound. Jorgamo is holding it. Util waiting for this now as the fight starts to come through onto the heaven angle. Precision is name of the game, but a tap of the gun. The classic running out of bullets all the way through. Com gets brought down. Damage was done. Nanoswarm at his feet. You're feeling it right now. Turned to pieces. 11 seconds left in this round. Weak enough with the plant. This has to be stuck all the way. Pressure. It's there. Fighting towards it. CGRS brought down in the end. And Boostio leading the Chargers team carves out a path right through the middle.
I was worried. I was definitely concerned when Com had a
वो तो
classic in his
पहले
hand,
मैप से मार
but
रहा
wasn't able to land the extra headshot he needed against blinded up PaperX players. But EG are able to convert that one. Another pistol to start the maps out. The story of these maps has so frequently been EG get the first pistol, can't actually generate too much of a snowball off the back of it, and then PaperX get the second and start to respond. How many rounds does EG need here for their fans to be confident we're going to a fifth? I don't
है.
think
Comparatively he's
the belief in
थोड़ा
PaperX to make
silent.
any level of comeback is
We've had so many
so
twists
high.
and turns throughout these maps.
Here's another twist and turn. PaperX are going to force into this.
Yeah.
They
But
pulled this
PaperX
one out before. I think it was in the game against NRG.
They're one of the worst teams in terms of pistol round conversions actually heading into this match.
Just win the second round.
But yeah, and part of the reason why they're so successful is because they opt into these forces all the way through. Stingers into the back of it. This time Jogamon will meet them. All the way through, catching onto the heels of Komi, seeking to reposition. Vulnerable up, enough damage done, but the bullets spraying around. Cove in his face, he can't get the weapon out in time.
जिंग पूरा अरेंज कर रहा है. आ गया राउंड आ गया.
Grants an easy
नहीं
side
बट
line. Ult's already built
आ
up,
गया.
cannot expend it. Round two, by the way, round two. And still hunted him down with a rifle, but blind.
Nice round.
Demon One cannot stand his ground.
Oh, what a response!
Oh,
And that's
what the
PaperX
fuck?
DT, the force up
Hey,
attack
huh?
side. Utilizing the blind money
भाई
and the fact that they got quite a few kills in round one. But still, I mean, this is
मैं
only
तक हो गया.
stingers.
मैंने अभी देखा.
And they coordinate
What?
themselves. It really does feel like a hive mind when you watch PaperX play in these kind of
भाई
situations.
what?
Yeah, easy to be on the same page when you know everybody's just sole goal is to get as hard as
बाप रे.
possible. Somebody says go, we're like, right, we're going in.
We're going. Everybody has immaculate faith in each other to be able to always go forwards. Nobody baiting. And I mean, the fact that Jing got his ult online and is now starting to farm up the second in round 3. Ridiculous.
Forsaken, no.
Hey, 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 hey.
Classic.
Go on, give us a Rifty back the other
Hey,
way as well.
भगवान.
It's a hard flank, isn't it? All grouped up here. Art control still going to be gained. Held on to at least partially by Boostio. Doesn't want to go down here. Mind Freak. Exploration. Picking up that mid position. Jiggle peek for the information. And there we go.
Shot.
That's the rifle.
Gun आ
shot
गया
there.
उनके
Once
पास.
more, exchange of hands. Back in the other direction. Nana Swarm is there. Who's going to pick this one up? It's Jorgamo. You got to know everybody's coming from that choke point. Devi is on the angle of it. Pre-fired. Lovely flash. Devi is setting the pace of this round excellently.
Nice,
They can't withstand
nice.
it. And they're all grouped up like that. All the sight lines set on that one angle.
Hmm.
An excellent demonstration of how being aggressive can sometimes be the best option in those kind of situations. Rather than allowing the death ball of EG to go towards
PRX ये जीता तो GG है ना?
chooses to break up the timings by finding those moments to take fights and flash his way back out. Seems a little risky sometimes, but they're played to perfection. Okay, so we stabilize a little. EG can buy this round, PaperX, 3 rifles, and a stinger on cigarettes.
The ults are starting to get flowing as well. Playing for these orbs. Pushing deep out towards A. It's a lot of aggression and util used on either side of the extremities.
क्या बात है?
Orb gained.
उसको पसंद होगी.
One is going to be posted up in A main off the back of the Trailblazer and Cascade being used. This time, nobody from EG. So what they're hoping for here is that PaperX make a lot of noise re-clearing this area. Like that, for example, the flash, the footsteps, and this will give EG the timing.
What? They're just walking up behind it. They used the initial flash, which I think was out of range of the.
यार एक फीचर होना चाहिए. फाउंटेन का पानी पिया तो हेल्थ फुल 100%.
Meanwhile, EG are just stacked over towards B and now
Prince of Persia जैसा.
it's not coming. It's time to go back over to the other side of the map. But you can see that they did have a timing here. I think PaperX might be
Line up.
Noise cues onto the side.
Clo-
Dash on top of it. This is going to be called now, but there's no positioning to absorb any of this aggression. EG are all the way in spawn. Seekers. It's going to be pushing them back.
And there is a major retake ultimate. The Reckoning is fabulous in these kind of spots.
That's why PaperX are in their spawn right now. They want to try and fight them to it. They're anticipating it.
Let's
Here's the
spend
Reckoning.
that.
They're all stunned.
बाप रे.
Flash. Util's have the
सब
lead.
stand बैठे.
Back and forth. Which team will reign supreme? It looks like it's all
Oh, हाय हाय.
Boostio. Sublime.
Off the back of a reckoning.
उन्होंने एक्सपेक्ट नहीं किया कि अल्ट आएगा हर बार का.
If you manage to run out of your own stun circle, you're just running into somebody else's. Jorgamo's ultimate could not have found more value. And credit to PRX for trying to throw utility themselves to get out of that spot. But as soon as Busio gets in behind, there's no hope.
Let's go, baby.
Lovely transfer. And so Busio with that. Enough damage done across the board here. He's built up his lockdown, or may have had it prior as well, but still a big ultimate.
जिंग की अल्टी आ जाएगी.
Yeah, he's just got that online with those kills, you're right. But I'm looking at Jing. You know, he's over here
पर सेकंड की भी आ
with the
जाएगी.
rest of the players, picking up his second Phoenix ult in round 5.
Why EG are putting such a heavy emphasis over controlling one area of the extremities, but if you do that, you can't control the other one, so they're leaving B for a bit of a flood retake. Look at the way. Yeah, exactly. This util setup. Yep, it's ingenious. It's meant to punish Forsaken with an updraft dash up into the lane. Likes to do this. We know this if you've been watching a lot of these specific VODs, but this is so deep. He's just contacting in still, trying to piece out where this util is. They really haven't given anything away. The dash is now not active, and Demon One is none the wiser. They thought it was going to be completely open, at least in terms of that side. He thought his teammate had his back. Nano Swarms now going to be activated, but still, the smoke's held. Bullets rattled, straining. The lockdown will not be detaining anybody. Everybody evacuating out of the way. Still, it's planted slightly to the side. Molly's going to be denying the first part of it. Spam onto the corner. Flash through. All popped off from Jim. Blinded up though. Cannot see anything. Still gets a kill. Busio missed him. What is going on? This is absolutely all over the place. Cove. Maybe the next tool to be used to try and find this one, but pushing it past, you have to try and fight close to them. Jorgamo, he's got half on it, pulled off a bit, already half, and time.
Nice. CGRS.
Enough time ball with the pull from Mind Freak, and it's him that finalizes that round.
A somewhat standard post plant though, with both teams trying to contest the defuse from coming through, but a very different way of opening this round up. I simply can't believe that PRX had the read that the alarm bot wasn't around. You saw Forsaken as he walked into the site, sniffing it around, seeing if he could find an alarm bot anywhere near. And as soon as he realized that that path into B-Link was open, he found the only gap in what EG were up to.
Yeah.
What a masterful way of being able to crack open the B site there.
So many of these rounds have been opened up, paved the way through PRX's
ऊपर क्या देख रहा हो? ऊपर क्या देख रहा हो?
that for a bit, but at some point EG are going to be trying to prioritize an operator. That's probably why Demon One's just using the knives. 2,400 in the bank. It's one of the ways to punish those contact plays is just by picking it up here.
This is such a stack.
Again,
This is so dangerous.
they're into the stack. Oh, they're going to flash through the wall. It's used in kind, in turn, damage done, Device still alive. That is ridiculous.
And I think they baited Busio in.
There was an idea behind it, a snake bite towards the back of the pillar, an attempt to punish through it, into it, close to the corner though. Yeah, Busio is just going to be holding that ground as well. No one's going to be crossing into his sight line.
And everybody going over to CGRS, who's really found the read at this point that EG are overstacking. This, of course, being an eco round, but on the previous too, we've seen many opportunities for CGRS to get deep because EG are leaning heavily one way. This time though, CGRS caught, and his positioning lets Demon One know that he would have been calling the rotate back over.
Demon One is not wasting time, is he? Dash is there. Over to the side, Smoke, here's the tap now. Plan, potentially online through the window, couldn't quite land that knife. That's the back away and damage was done to him. The reposition is smart from Mind 3. Off to the side.
दोनों की लोकेशन पता है.
There's one kill.
अरे
Busio, from the jaws of defeat, he snatches it back.
What a return from EG. The play at the beginning is an interesting one. Their idea of just walking through their own wall, trying to find the timing on the Trailblazer and flashes being used. And this does enough to be able to take things down into dangerous territory where CGRS on a great look just oversteps himself slightly into Demon One.
Nasty play.
Well done there, especially the little combo towards the end. Bustio's been a bit of a swing player deep in these playoffs. When he's feeling it and he's having a game like this, winning so many big rounds for his team.
He's nigh unstoppable. Draft potentially in order here with the knives in the hand of Forsaken. He's attempting to punish a high ground position that's deep onto the side while all this is happening. Jing, he was taking a fight straight to them. I'm not sure how that shot was found, but close to the corner means that they're not going to have any of this killjoy utility. And Demon, where the operator has now been spotted out, this has been found.
And this is why I'm saying Boostio is a bit of a swing player, because when he dies early like this, he can lose his team a game as well.
Seekers flash to the corner. All of this is intended to
Pick
try
up,
and push them back.
What?
How fortunate is that?
That was Forsaken fall.
Just a span through the smoke, I believe.
Yeah, a few bullets just landing. Luck at a draw with that one, but it's brought it even to 4 versus 4. And again, that heavy rotation, only this time a twist in it. EG, they do have some presence deep into mid. Con was trying to be watching actually for this. That's a Trailblazer with immense value.
Sees everything, and Com can start sprinting on the flank.
Flash through the wall, Cosmic Divider. Jorgamo, tail in between his legs there, just still doesn't want to give up this ground. There's the cascade, takes the fights to them anyway. Bullets raining, scattered, punching through with the shorty. And now, of course, he's favoured. Jump spot round with the movement. It's going to come down to the aim duels, and it has to be evened out that way, but it will not happen. When I was pointing out prior, Com lurked his way into mid. There was nothing to catch him there. He was the final level to it.
And so a great response in the last couple from EG. You see this first pick come through off the back of the Reckoning. But it's not the Reckoning that actually gives Jorgamo any idea about what's happening there. He's just spamming based off where the Seekers are going. And Ethan was able to get those Seekers up at the start of the round because PRX are so heavy one side of the map or the other. Look, no one really controlling B. It's extremely grouped up, A split right from the start. They've got a plan.
Dimor misses the shot, updraft.
दोनों duelists साला.
Has the smokers exit through. Jing wants to try and put the punish onto this one, put a bit of hurt into him. They run it back, leading the charge, carves up an opening and a path for his team to follow up. Forsaken, he's so fast with it. He's walking through into the smoke, but he doesn't watch the angle, doesn't watch the corner. It's Ethan's job, and he does punish that overextension still, locking down the mid angles. Jorgamo will fall. A bit of a breakaway.
Everything
on
Boostio.
Boostio 11 HP.
They know he's here.
एक को मारा गया.
Shot here, but the running gun does it. Drops him. No more util now for this side to try and push back this plan. Still a minute left. Lockdown earned. CGRS, he opts to use it close to the corner.
Don't think Ethan can contest this particularly.
Maybe. Might go for it. Is there a window for him? Off the defuse.
Land क्यों नहीं कर रहा वो?
Doesn't opt to stick this one. Instead, just trying to take the fight to them. One player detained up close, up top. That's Team 1's job now to try and contain this one and hold it, but he oversteps it again. Walking forward, CGRS with 3, and Ethan, they know where he is.
Cover था ना उसको.
Leave him to his devices, just the turret. Contact behind.
There's a flank on a flank here. Jing's coming through water too.
Yeah, and this is going to be, again, what Con was doing prior. The final level to it.
CGRS का ace.
The backbreaker. They're not going to expect Jing to be coming up behind. CGRS, well, he's already aced at least that. No clip in sight, but util out in the hands of Com sets him up nice and easily. That's the Vi. We could not be more even in this map, Josh. 4-4.
It's 4-4, but in absolutely chaotic fashion. PRX are going for plays. Multiple prongs of the hive mind reaching out across the map at once. Probing tendrils to see whether they can make a play happen. In that round, you have Mind Freak going for a lurking to beat Link, and when that fails, it doesn't stop CGRS.
Easy.
I believe, from
नहीं, हाँ easy का.
into B Link from a different position. PRX, the way that they play is so fluid and loose. Because they don't have an IGL. They're able to group up into little duos and work these micro plays around the map superbly. And it's putting a ton of pressure on EG to try and keep up.
Now, Josh, in a previous best of 5 that we might have covered, may or may not have said, you're never been quite tested like this before. With a scenic shot over a very famous IGL. Now, that was relating to the pressure, to the circumstances.
वो individual aiming पे आ जाता है ना.
Take it down a notch ever so slightly, but you're tested in a different way if you are EG, because you have to keep up with this pandemonium that is occurring. These are scenarios you're never going to be finding yourself in most of the time in your playing career in Valorant.
Yeah, and there's a lot of pressure on Boostio, just with the way that EG normally plays, because he's such an aggressive Sentinel player. I think back to the game that EG had against Fnatic in the upper bracket finals. He went 0-5 in first kills to first deaths on the first map, the opening map on Lotus. there was no way of recovering that. And then he had a fantastic performance on Fracture to bring them back into the game. Here as Killjoy on Pearl, he's getting tested. Whether he puts his utility to hard anchor B or whether he puts it to give them info in mid, he is going to get pushed from so many different spots. And he's got to be able to, and EG as a collective have got to be able to shut down those probing, aggressive plays by PRX. Because once they realize they can get away with them, PRX are going to turn the tempo up. Oh yeah. And that's when it gets truly dangerous. That's when they can snowball out of control. When you get scared and give them the space. Oh yeah.
They'll let loose, they'll run all over you.
That's what they're hoping for.
But if you needed any more indicator that this series is not going, or at least this map not going to anyone's expectations, these are back-to-back timeouts that are being taken. Both teams trying to make adjustments. There's an extra long one. Both teams getting a chance to talk.
Frustrating for the coaches. Yeah. I don't think they needed all of that time to discuss what was going on. Taking a look at the defensive setup here. EG fighting over A control so that Boostio can get the orb, I think.
Team in one. Close behind the pillar, flash in his face. Backs away though to the corner for the jump spot, so the orb is granted towards A.
Yeah, they have a good retake ult here now. And Demon 1 is giving them information whilst being set up on an aggressive line.
But look at this again, it's that little pumper utility that's just used. A bit of fire now, they're being obvious in terms of their placement here, but they love to contact up here.
That's why Demon 1's holding this angle.
Yeah. Wall up, straight across. Here's a snake bite. And a swarm from behind. Here's the lockdown. Hughes caught into the corner. It's a common angle that you can spam. You can catch him. But a flash for a flash. You got to get out of there.
Good flash from Ethan to save Demon 1.
Really nice. Supplementary utility just to peel him out. So, no casualties yet, but yet being the key word. Boostio, he's beaming them all down. 3 kills in the midst of it when his team needed it.
And the swing player there has just hit one out of the park. What a round from Boostio. I was asking what the second layer was to PRX. But I don't think they really had one there other than just decide to face check. CGRS is left with it all to do. And the spike in front of him. Don't think there's too much of a hope here. Look at the economy on PRX as well.
Yeah.
Mind Freak, Devaya really going to struggle to buy here. CGRS saving a rifle is very important for their economy.
You're exactly right. I mean, because of the economy, what a round to do it. To have a turn-up moment, but Boostio picks up 3 because it should, in theory, break this now for PRX. They got the 1 rifle to carry forwards, but might choose to force up into it, but they'll be scrambling.
मस्त मारा.
They were anticipating EG being stood so much further back. They thought they were going to get that first corner for free, and the flash goes really deep there from Divine.
I am shocked that PRX are even able to get some money going. They have no loss bonus reset here. They are just forcing up into this.
Yeah, it's not great though, is it?
3 rifles and 2 stingers. Trying to make the most of it. 1 orb away from the ult Seekers online for Divine. Bit of presence showcased. They don't opt to. Okay, yeah, I was like, Jing, are you really going to be taking that from Divine? No, he does get off of it.
But this one much more spread out by PRX. Because they were playing for the ult orb at the beginning and didn't want to end A, it feels different from EG.
उसके through गया क्या वो? नहीं.
Demon 1's going to look to make a peek into mid. Mind Freak's been lurking around here.
There's so many angles you have to face if you are a player in this spot. Fight's taken. Somebody util. Concern at the back of their minds, the PRX players, I think, that could have been a bigger purchase.
This is slowly heading towards Demon 1 and Boostio.
Here, I've got your
Full setups there online. Forsaken, is he really seeking to try and get something done here? Alone onto the other side, other section, 38 seconds left. Nana Swarms adapted.
He's done it.
Yeah, Forsaken, he's called the rotation and called that timing. And is there really space now for PRX to pivot and rotate and retreat? Yes, there is. I mean, they are out of there. The decision was made.
Look at Com. I mean, it doesn't really matter what CGRS does over here because if Com drops the spike and finds a good timing,
Yeah,
Is he maybe going to collect Forsaken?
He needs to stay alive.
CGRS is fighting World War III on the other side of things.
There's two players here, but really Com just has to be the difference maker to stop this and deny the plan from coming through. Ping into the corner. Doesn't opt to use a snake bite. He just puts his orb down. He gets counter spammed.
Oh.
Down. Oh, he could have been the difference maker. But instead shut down. And the two players that were distracted this entire time, CGRS, by the way, still alive and kicking. Absolute rat behavior from him.
From everybody on PaperX this round. Once more, even the parts of the PaperX attack that don't have any setup behind them, that are purely based on the distraction of their teammates, they find value.
Yeah.
Fantastic stuff there. Forsaken using the pressure that the rest of his team were creating on A to find a lurk timing. Oh. And these EG players just want to keep rifles.
Keeping the economy honest. They do have money to buy for next, but maybe just not confident in the financials or mathematics behind it, even though the game does work it out for you.
Take a look at that from Forsaken. Opens up onto Jorgamo while Jing was being pushed back. And Jing in that corner, blinded, and he still swings and gets another one. Everybody on PaperX is good for
मेरे को भी वही लगा.
That's what makes them such a dangerous team. Or that's one of the things that makes them such a dangerous
Time
team.
travel.
2 rounds left in the half.
Chaotic gameplay रहता है ना उनको.
Set to try and disrupt a play towards the orb. I think that Jing's going to be making a play for his ult. He's only one away, but instead it's towards mid. Lava broken early. Flash through double doors. Fighting. Actually, just a molly hell. This is going to be clear and close to the corner. Clearly, some thought being put into this lineup. Orchestrated. Trailblazer clears through. It's going to be pulling players and leaving EG questioning.
उसके मॉली से स्काई का कुत्ता मर गया.
Again, looks like he could well be the pivot player in this round. He's chosen to take a very aggressive setup. Demon 1 though on the fight.
Yeah, wow, what an adjustment.
Short Demon.
The dash does get out well, barely. 51 health, but heal online.
I mean, back up. Forsaken took the time to go into B Link instead of going into Art. So he didn't meet Boostio.
इसका aim head पे गया.
He's got a strange amount of map control.
He's just so willing.
जो भी मारा मस्त मारा.
There's 30 seconds. What decision is going to be reached? I mean, trying to again fake the A presence. I think a lot of util being expended there. It's grabbed the attention of some of the EG players, but now they're scrambling and scurrying all the way back.
Read आ गया EG का.
Giving up a lot of space. There's 19 seconds left still. Contacting all the way through. Not giving any sort of indicator. Not a plan for Divide. Close onto the corner inside the smoke. It's all going a bit haywire. Spam onto it. Divide was at the default spot and position. This time Com doesn't give away his life, instead letting the plant go down. Player advantage still to EG. All up. Time being bought now to try and fight themselves through. It's a pull and an attempt into the back of Horse. Mindfreak still alive, but eventually falls. Spam and sprayed. The high-low setup, EG. They stop, they salvage it. There's tracks there, so 6-5. Making the most of that situation when really it was quite all over the place.
Really patient play from EG. Yeah, Com just choosing to spam instead of, you know, over-investing there and plays his life. They go into a 4v3 where PaperX decide to play aggressive post plants.
बराबर. फिर कभी नींद आ रही है.
That kind of thing. And EG are just able to group up together and clean it out. Puts them up. Minimum and
वो बीच में बॉटल रख के वो ये खेल रहे गेम. STD. हाँ. वही.
Jing's got an ult though that could blast the B site wide open.
Yeah, all on this.
एक बंदे ने चैट का स्क्रीनशॉट लेके उसका पोस्टर बना है. पता नहीं क्या चैट है.
I mean, and also look at how good EG have been at getting info
Yeah.
over towards A main. On the rounds where nobody challenges there, Boostio goes up, gets the orb, and puts an alarm bot down. They've got 4 players ready to defend B.
Ult coming through. Molly over the snake bite, body blocked by the dog here. Jing running out of time, can't get the kill. Demon 1 pushing even deeper now, further forwards. Trying to contend with some of the players onto this one. Another flank also occurring.
Expect कर रहा है उसी जार उसको.
Blink, he knows there's cosmic divide. There could be someone on the other side of things. Demon 1 left to try and solve it. And
मरेगा ये.
Here's another flank.
Halted. Forsaken. Flanks on flanks.
वो भी मरेगा.
Boostio this time. Privy to it. Aware of it. 40 seconds left now. Just 2 players.
जो करना है जिंग को करना है अभी.
Together. Smokes separating. Sliding up into the site. Hove in the back to give a bit of room to play in, but with the lockdown planted and 28 seconds left.
हो गया. लॉकडाउन भी आ गया.
EG set up all the way. Surely
90
but still
90 रे.
a little bit too much to overcome. 7-5. It's a scoreline that we're staring at here. That narrow advantage has been found by EG.
And they did a great job at dealing with the lurks towards the ends of this half. They found the double lurk setup here. One from Com, one from Boostio. A big issue that they had to deal with in prior rounds and struggle. PaperX haven't been playing through mid very often on their tournament run in this map. None of the Pacific teams have particularly. So it took EG a while, but they finally figured it out. That's going to put massive pressure on the pistol.
Absolutely it will. Let's send it down to the desk to break it down so far.
Thank you so much, fellas, for that one. 7-5 is the scoreline as we get ready for the half. But immediately, the thing that we were talking about before the game and definitely reared its fiery head this time around was Phoenix.
Yeah, it really did start for PaperX with them doing a great job of maximizing orbs for Jing on this Phoenix and building a variety of game plans around it. We saw faster rounds like this one where they forced and on round 2 managed to close out with that Phoenix ult, and also some of these slower rounds where they were using it in the late round. I think PaperX showed a lot of depth in this first half, but EG did rally back in those last few rounds.
They did, but we found ourselves in fairly familiar territory because this was the exact scoreline that we saw from PaperX when they squared off against NRG. It was 7-5 at the half, them down after starting on the attack, and well, I think we know how that went. It went to overtime, and it was absolutely crazy. So that's all I can hope for this as we get ready to go into the second half.
Yeah, I think bigger picture as well with the adjustment later on in that half from EG. It almost feels like this was the approach all along. EG just wanted to kind of play damage control, damage limitation for the first half here, set themselves up so they're kind of playing with a little less pressure.
PaperX are in this position with a substitute. They're somewhere where no one expected them to be, and they're now a half away from maybe making it into the grand finals, and I think they're in a good position to do it. This double flash comp is great for Flood retaking against Harbor Viper. We'll have to see if they can again rally in a second half to close out, and this time make the finals.
I mean, given what we've been seeing here from either side, the Killjoys, that has been the focus. We'll probably zoom in on that again later on, but CTRS, he's had his moment so far. Now that he gets ready to go over to that defending side as the KJ, we'll see if he can have as much impact as Boostio did.
Pay attention to those retakes. See how EG tries to stop them. This is going to be interesting. Let's send it back over to Brennan Sideshow.
Yeah, the second half of Pearl now, you know, we mentioned it's pivotal in terms of the map to decide it, whether or not we get that continuation in the series all the way to map number 5. But I think for both of these teams, going to be digging at the bottom of the reserves as well. Any sort of energy levels that they can bring back up into this. And I mean, you try and listen, humans are very good at pattern recognition, Josh, but you look at that timeline, good luck.
क्या
Oh, PaperX have committed 4 players to push.
हाँ एक पूरी साइड सोलो को दे दी 4 लोग भी से
Running all the way back around.
Oh, what a cheeky spot for him to be playing.
Smoke.
अरे
The dog sees him.
देख लिया
Any util, that's all that can clear the way. Damage is being done, pop flash into it, reloading. He knows he's being pushed. The right click's doing so much damn work, and Ethan claims his prize. Brings him down. Side opened, wide open. Plan towards the back of it as well. Looks like they want to try and make a go of it. Let's try and play for the back of the site. Flash play through the cove, slowed down, but not for but a moment here. Still trying to hold on to control of Pit. It's a doubled up. High-low setup for isolating one of the fights, and now they want to put the squeeze on Boostio.
Boostio को भी लेगा for a second.
Collects the one, collects the third.
अरे वो 3
Low enough though. Single shot will do it, but eventually shut down Divide.
जी
No funny business, not getting away with it.
What a 3K from Boostio. He picks off one of the players and then gives away his positioning and gets squeezed from both sides. Still manages to come up with the goods.
उड़ने के बाद पता चला कि फिर पेपर एक जीती नहीं जीती.
To EG's success here at Tokyo, and doing all of this whilst IGLing for the team. Supported in that regard by Com. But in these fragging roles, sometimes Boostio is just making the difference. He's out here 18 and 8. And EG managed to win both pistols on this map.
मेरे को दोपहर में ही पता चलेगा. I'll text you.
Difference last time was the force buy.
It really didn't. The prior indicator here has to be the dash to disengage from this one. It is that clash between them. This time, EG actually giving way to Paper X. They don't want to take the fight to them, even though they do have the better weaponry. It's a reclaims of the Trailblazer, but they already gave up the prize that was that ult orb. The goal, try and get Jing's ult online.
Still pretty far away though.
Yeah.
The pistol round not successful in the slightest from Paper X. And they ended up going for a flank retake setup where EG were extremely cautious looking for the other parts of the flank. They didn't just get roped into looking at A main, they were still paying attention to B Link and Flowers. Look at how bold Forsaken is. He just gets all the info that that's fake pressure towards B. And he can tell the rest of his team to go and stack A.
Yeah, towards mid.
Oh, it's a double pump.
Double pump, double fake. They have pulled the rotation.
देखा.
Still collected. CGRS, he falls.
30 seconds left.
Doesn't give away much. Com would be the player lurking in that position. Forsaken realizes it. Oh, I've given up the line. High tide on my face. Time to make the moment happen before him. Shots right to the
Shot for a second.
Even one falls. He is traded, but my God, what an effort. At this point, they don't really have the guns for it.
No, it looks extraordinarily difficult here. Jing would love to be able to pick some up to get his ult online, but other than that, EG have just got so many defensive tools to use here. Paper X may end up just looking to die to Spike, but I would rather try and get their ults online, to be honest. Yeah, I think especially for Divine and Jing.
Yeah, they should be making a go of this. Divine cutting the play towards them. Plenty of players grouped up and collected. Sheriff in his hands. Can he make much more of it? Brought down. Last two players, Mindfree Jing, going to be going down to the Spike just to deny a chance of EG really starting to farm up some of those ults.
So another situation where Jing's not really able to get the snowball going. Quite different to the first half, where he had his ultimate to be able to win round 2. EG, for one of the first times in this series, are in a situation where they can possibly put together something dangerous on the bonus round.
हाईजेट करके 19 फ्रैग मार रहा है.
In these second halves by winning pistol, or earlier in this map, getting a force buy out there instead. This time, big clash in A main potentially. But EG want none of it. They're just giving them the ult orb.
Yeah, perfectly willing to give them that space, not fight over it. I mean, it doesn't mean that they wait out the molly. Retaking the space now. There's a pull to slow down the Trailblazer. Still clears towards the back of box. Faking like they're taking that A main control.
Yeah, the map control game here looks like it's being played well by EG. Paper X have got to be worried about A main, and now they're coming to flush out Forsaken. No support.
Such a brave angle. No support. Oh, he adjusts his aim.
फिर भी.
Flick to the side. There's no way he's taking himself out.
हाय भगवान.
Onto the position. Insanity from Forsaken. Why not?
There is a very fine line between bravery and foolishness. That may have been on the wrong side of it there. But I gotta say, if he manages to get 2 and he's in a position where he might, makes the round look incredibly different. Sometimes you gotta go for those risks. They are behind in the map.
Behind in the map now, behind in the player advantage with the plan down for EG. Set up for that success. And already Paper X making a call to back away and save. It's a hard one. Letting these rounds slip away from you. Every instance now as well. These are the moments that leaving yourself thinking, because you're thinking, man,
That's bad.
played this one.
Yeah, those are tough rounds for the A players. I'm thinking back though to Paper X's game on Pearl when they played against NRG. It kind of matched this the whole way through. Up until this. The 7-5 half went up to 9-5, and then Paper X responded. And this was where Paper X really started to get the ball rolling and get some momentum going and put the hurt on NRG. Here, a 5-round deficit with EG's economy still booming, it looks really difficult. It looks set for us to go to a 5th map.
Surely does.
वो लेफ्ट से पिक लेता है ना हार्बर को लेके जाता वो. एटलीस्ट देख के लेके.
They'll be throwing everything. Timeout called here for PaperX.
है ना, लेकिन एटलीस्ट 1-1 ट्रेड हो जाता.
One of the things we haven't really touched on too much as well, Josh, you know, it's whittled it down to our top 3 at Masters Tokyo here, representatives from EMEA, the Americas.
मे बी उसको लगा होगा कि मतलब टाइम नहीं है इतना वापस जाने को, सो ही वेंट फॉर इट.
To make it all the way
मे
to the
बी.
grand finals, but also a chance to really represent your region there at the grand finals and maybe earn an extra slot for champs.
That would be a major victory for whatever region was able to do it. In terms of the strategy adjustments here from PaperX, it's easier for us to be able to tell we have access to the whole minimap. But what I'm noticing from EG, especially in that prior round, is that they're not fighting for map control early. They're going and taking it away from PaperX after PaperX have done that initial grab for info. So in that round, A main
ब्लॉक कर देना सीधा.
away by EG, and then PaperX don't have enough utility to be able to re-clear that area instantly. And EG find that timing to pivot to the other side of the map. So sometimes it's not as good to have early map control as to save your utility to re-clear it once the attackers have been in that area. Especially if you think they're going to pivot a lot instead of re-hitting.
Nice shot.
Yep, straight through mid. Good luck trying to catch that one still.
And Jin goes for the re-clear there.
Yeah,
Sorry guys.
Yeah, because EG are ready for it.
पता है क्या हुआ अभी?
क्या?
मेरा माइक बंद था इतने देर से.
Anti-flash is a pull to punish. Attempt of it, but really no one can really close the gap.
But look at how different this is in terms of map control. PaperX now have all of that area over towards A main, and that's info.
They had to give up mid as a result of it. You can see how passive the player
वापस पूरा CGRS पे आया.
try and contain in case somebody is in mid. Barreling forward.
अरे ठीक है CGRS पे छोड़ो, समझ में आता है. अग्रेसिव पीक तो मत दो, अकेले पे हो तो हाँ ऐसा दो ना.
Onto the wall. They're walking right into him. It's a crossfire setup where people are just given individuals and it's a spray and chance of random luck.
ऐसा थ्रो ऐसा मत करो ना भाई. यही अभी ये जो ये राउंड में किया, सिटी से एक ने पीक लिया, हॉल्स से एक ने पीक लिया. तो खेलो क्रॉस में.
Might be able to get off a reckoning. It is tough from this spot though because he'll never feel safe.
Yeah, I don't think he wants to give away his positioning at all here. He's just holding his ground with the rifle. No time to really pull it out here. Never a chance.
शॉट. क्या था ये भाई?
Insane.
What the fuck?
Nice, nice, nice.
But eventually shut down. Divide drops to the floor.
ए
Nice.
Aimlessly hunting.
भाई हगासा दवाई.
Time.
Okay.
Round win for PaperX. It's been a while. These guys, they haven't bit of respite, but yeah, not quite anymore.
400 push-up मारे.
Feeling it tomorrow, by the way, guys. That's dangerous stuff. You're not going to be able to lift any objects.
I mean, it doesn't get any better for them either. This is either a PaperX comeback where they put more and more rounds on the board, or it goes to 5 and they have to keep doing push-ups as PaperX play a whole other map.
Yeah.
And what was this as well?
क्या शॉट मारा यार वो कॉम ने. मजा आ गया.
No, that's disgusting. And doesn't win them the round. So EG tried the same kind of stuff, a fight in A main, a quick pivot to B. Now they're mixing it up. Everybody slowly.
अभी देख 4 सेकंड इतना एग्रो पिक लेता है और दवाई और जिंग अगर इधर नहीं खेलते तो दिक्कत ही है ना. अभी अगर 4 सेकंड पीछे खेल रहा है तो जिंग और दवाई एटलीस्ट स्ट्रेट आउट कर सकते हैं. डबल पिक डबल पिक.
Onto the corner. Jing brought down, taken out. Divide, got to second guess that now. Teams.
एक तो यार ये स्काई पॉकेट से ही बन के घूमती है, पॉकेट हीलर है.
मैंने सुना नया एजेंट भी हील कर सकते हैं. सुनने में आया सब. सुनने में आया.
मजा आएगा. मैं नया एजेंट देखने खेलने गए थे.
कुछ तो मैंने देखा था ट्विटर पे कि कोई तो लीग का एक हीरो है, उसके सिमिलर है वो स्लो फील्ड क्रिएट करता है, एनिमी को डैमेज देता है, स्टन करता है, ऐसा कुछ तो.
माइट भी पॉसिबल.
या फिर खुद पे यूज किया तो वो हील होता है, ऐसा कुछ.
एक शॉट ऐसा कनेक्ट हो जाए ना. अरे 4 सेकंड का बोला था, डीमन का नहीं.
मैं वही बोला, हुआ शॉट पर किसी और का हुआ.
Just to take the space towards it. Divide tucked to the corner. He feels like he has to make a play. You can feel it. Side by side, shoulder.
अगली बार से ऐसा स्पेसिफिकली बोलूंगा कि इसका होना चाहिए।
Mind Freak is going to be spotted there on that flank here.
Shot boy.
Pushing forwards now on the corner. Tap, trying to force the util, but Jogama pushes forwards and presses his advantage.
Shot. Empty. Shot.
They had a player there, Mind Freak. He was offered an isolated 1 versus 1, but the time is now running a little bit too short for this one. Quick jump spot, Comp, crouch down, holding close, not revealing anything.
हो गया, गन बचा ले।
Mind Freak, not enough time to really get a jog on as well and move all the way over there. This is EG taking it away, bringing themselves up to 11.
ऐसा नहीं हो, दोनों गन बचा ले, बच गया। हाँ, मैं तो वही सोच रहा था भाई, दोनों ने गन बचा ली तो क्या।
नाइफ बैटल।
अरे भाई यार, नहीं चाहिए मेरे को एक और मैप, हो गया मेरा।
But any aggression from PRX is getting stifled. And broadly speaking, Boostio has been able to call the right site to end on. And the right timings too.
गाइस आज जल्दी सो जाऊंगा, कल फाइनल आराम से देखेंगे पांचों। अगर 5 होते तो
Unexplored. No, just completely unknown territory for either team.
अगर मेरे को है ना, अगर ये देख हार्बर की जब वॉल आती है ना,
ऑलमोस्ट निकल जाता हूँ।
Very much nearly. Forsaken, of course he wants to go for it again.
Well, this is the problem. If they allow them the whole of B long, then the lockdown can come through, and the lockdown will buy space for the Viper's pit.
And there it is.
So they want to try and contest this location early, because otherwise, you get put in a very tough spot.
Yeah, Forsaken just, doesn't
लॉकडाउन आ गया।
gun or tool to try and dissuade and push us back.
वाइपर अभी तक साइट पहुंचा नहीं है।
2 knives left.
आप पहुंचा है?
Starting to go down into the corner. Pushing forwards, does get a refresher traded all the way. Trying to take some space towards the back.
Equate trades.
One is not letting anything loose. Shorty to the face to buy. None the wiser. Mind
मेरी फटी।
Freak left alone.
यार फॉर सेकंड वो बबल के अंदर क्यों नहीं गया? उसके अंदर जाके एक आराम से पिक ले सकता था।
नहीं, अबे ये लोग कॉन्टैक्ट पे खेल रहे हैं, अपने बंदे क्या कर रहे हैं क्या पता।
Good trades from Demon 1 there. Punishing the PRX players that tried to get aggressive as the pit was blooming. EG
चलो गाइस, आई लीव। मेरे को नहीं लगता ये एक और राउंड के बाद बहुत चलने वाला है, क्योंकि जिस हिसाब से खेल रहे हैं, इट्स नॉट लाइक कि ये लोग ब्लंडर्स कर रहे हैं, सिली एरर्स कर रहे हैं। ऐसा नहीं है कि ये लोग गंदा खेल रहे हैं,
अनलकी हो रहे हैं, जस्ट
सिली एरर्स है।
Very impressive performance here from Evil Geniuses.
क्या उठी जाएगा? Being very optimistic, but क्या उठी जाएगा?
Over the top. Corner being spammed, dash to back away. There was an alarm bot there. I think they were worried about the trap play. It did get triggered for but a moment.
And there was a trap play set up. Double flashes again off somebody's contact. These trap plays have not really been working though for PRX because EG is so diligent with it.
Ooh.
Diligence, calm.
4 सेकंड का एम लगना बंद हो गया अब।
Forsaken's getting pushed into a locker in this game too. All of his refights on Jet.
ये पे जाएंगे लगता है।
He's having his lunch money taken.
Yeah.
हाँ, पिवट हो रहा है।
Save for map 5 because it's on the table.
अबे लेकिन लास्ट मैप असेंट है और पेपर एक्स का असेंट।
It's looking disastrous. Mind Freak.
तेको पता है ना पेपर एक्स का असेंट?
I know.
इतना स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं है।
Fully and entirely.
No chances.
Boostio aware of it. Out in the open. Runner back taken away. Jing. Nana Swarm at his feet. There are just no gaps in the play. EG. Sheer domination.
EG going as EG.
Reckoning flash over the top. Divide pushing forward. Seeks to deny. The
Anti.
not doing enough. Everybody falling. It's just
Shot.
Jing. Spam into the corner. 5 seconds remaining. Needs to stay alive.
We are going to map 5.
And we are going to sleep. Bye bye. बाय बॉय, सही में मजाक नहीं कर रहा हूँ। बाय बॉय, मैं नहीं रुक सकता यार, एकदम ही मजा, मतलब हम लोग बात ही नहीं कर पाएंगे। मैं बात ही नहीं कर पा रहा हूँ। वो वाली बात है कि जब हम लोग ग्राउंड डिस्कस नहीं कर पाए
आंख में पूरी नींद दौड़ रही है।
वही बोल रहा हूँ कि हम लोग राउंड ही डिस्कस नहीं कर पा रहे हैं, और हम लोग को इतना मन है ना साथ में, मतलब इफ साथ में बैठ के देखेंगे देन वो पूरा डिस्कस जब तक नहीं करूंगा तब तक सेंस ही नहीं है। इसके लिए गाइस देखो यार, आई वोंट से मच बट लेट्स मीट टुमारो, या फिर आज रात को बैठता हूँ, आज रात को थोड़ा बहुत स्ट्रीम करेंगे, बट आज रात को जल्दी सो जाएंगे, मतलब अराउंड 2 बजे तक तो सो जाएंगे।
2 बजे तक।
हाँ अरे देख 5 बजे सोने में और 2 बजे सोने में फर्क है रे, 6 घंटे का तो
हाँ
नींद होएगा एटलीस्ट।
हाँ वो
अगर 5 बजे सो रहा हूँ और वही 2 बजे सोऊंगा तो फर्क है ना।
राइट।
तारीख को 110K का वॉचिंग है, नाइस। चलो गाइस बाय बाय, टेक केयर, लेट्स मीट इन द इवनिंग।
बाय।